our heroes are leaving the Reles spaceport. Whoa, somebody gave us bits. Victoria Brown, thank you for the bits.
Hey,
Yo, Vic.
We appreciate
Victoria.
it. Nico puts the Phoenix into gear. And you guys go sinking back into your seats. As Dran finds himself in the co-pilot seat in the cockpit next to Nico. Almost immediately, scanners start to beep around you. As you can see the red screen start to flash in front of you, Dran, it seems that 2 blips are showing up within the range of your ship's sensors, which would be short range, as you guys are taking off into the atmosphere.
Hey, Cap, we got trouble.
Oh, God, here we go.
Oh, no.
Starting off right away.
So, question for you, Raven. Would you have run to the upper gunner seat or the lower gunner seat? Because there are 2 guns on this, and one is on the top that has a 360 turret. There's one on the bottom that has a 360 turret. The one on the bottom can't hit targets above the ship.
Above.
The one on the top can't hit targets below.
When I think about Nico's driving, which do I feel like is more advantageous?
Top.
Honestly,
Top. I go top.
You go top? Okay. So, what I'm going to have you do, everybody should have access to the Phoenix character sheet.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah.
It should be available to all players. So you can open up the Phoenix's character sheet, and I want to show you guys the cool things that you can do with that.
Phoenix guide
It
sheet.
should be
wow.
under vehicles and
Oh, no.
starships.
The YT 1300 light freighter.
Yeah, YT 1300
there it
light
is.
freighter, and if you click on character
Got
sheet,
it.
you guys should have access to its character sheet. And it has all the statistics already put in there for you, and you guys can all edit this as well as a group.
Do we sync the pool for
I've-
this as well?
I've already got Nico, Raven, and Dran synced to the character sheet. If you look under crew roles, I've got Nico Rex pilot, and because I put what it does is it auto syncs your character sheet to it. So
That's dope.
when you want to make a piloting check, you just make sure it says piloting space, put in your difficulty at the top, and when you go to the right and click on that little D20 thing, it will actually roll your statistics from your sheet with whatever you're using for the actual vehicle. So
Interesting.
down below, do you guys see? So Raven said she was going to be the dorsal turret, so the top turret. So if you look under weapons, the first one is called the dorsal turret. Raven, type your name in where it says character name, and then click like somewhere off of that form, and it will put your name. Make sure you capitalize the R. It has to be like exactly how you have your character name in your character sheet. Now, when you click that gunnery over on the right, it'll actually apply your gunnery skill to the ship's weapons.
That's
Oh, okay.
So
dorsal is top.
So did it?
Ventral is bottom. Yes.
So it already synced. I don't have to do anything.
It should be already synced as long as you put your name in there. Now, a quick question: which of the other two? Now, the other gun can be controlled manually from the cockpit. Who would be more likely to be in control of that other gun at this point?
I'll give it over to Dr. Dren until I.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. So we can control it from there. Cool.
So, Dran, if you want to type your name into the ventral turret, just make sure it's spelled, and it has to be exactly like you put your name into your own character sheet, just like it is up like Dran's.
Oh, this is cool.
So then
That is really cool.
So then you'll have control. It syncs your skill, your gunnery stat to that, which is really cool, and it makes it so much easier. So you're not sitting there like flipping between multiple character sheets all the time.
Yeah.
Now, if I take over his system for the ventral turret, do I just switch that name to mine?
Exactly. Yep.
Nice.
That's all you have
That's
to do.
really nice.
That's all you
That's
have
really
to do.
nice.
Is switch
Awesome.
names.
That's cool.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch music
Uh-oh.
because You've identified what's coming after you, Dran. And there are 2 TIE fighters coming after you.
I love those vehicles.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn off this music and get us combat music. In the meantime, what I'd like you guys to do is everyone still gets to roll their own initiatives.
Okay.
So we're going to go to a turn order, and you guys are still going to roll like a normal initiative, and we're going to call this cool. So you're going to roll your cool for initiative in your combat order. Let's get rid of that music, and we're going to add, I like this music for battling in space. That's a good battle tune anyway. Dran, I think you rolled the wrong cool for yours, because there shouldn't be any purple in there. It's a,
oh yeah. I probably had stuff left over from my... Oh yeah, there's like a blue in there and a bunch of stuff. Oops. Let's try this again. From the top.
Oh, even better.
Look at that. Nicely done. And then we got this guy and this guy.
Good thing we got one.
They rolled the same thing. Why didn't it add yours to the order?
You didn't do initiative.
Oh, I just did regular.
Yeah, you have to go into the combat section.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll this one more time. Let's roll this one more time.
Yeah, if you go under combat and click it at the
Watch
top,
out for the
it
8
should
fails,
add it
yeah.
automatically to your initiative order. There you go.
Initiative. Okay.
Oh my god!
Wow! Wow!
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. So Dran, you get an extra maneuver on your first turn.
Not too many maneuvers that you can do.
I'm gonna take you guys over to another map. Now, this is not this is kind of what we're going to use, but this is just kind of an abstracted view of what is happening. And I'm gonna go
Makes no sense.
Yeah, so this just gives you an idea. So the scanners have picked up these ships in short range. And the 2 TIE fighters are on there, and you've got your YT right in the middle. A PC gets to go first.
I'm probably going to hit the jets because I know that it's probably better for us to move forward.
Okay.
So I'm going to accelerate, which increases our speed by 1.
Okay. What would you have said? What would you have said? I would say you're probably. I think your top speed on this is a 3, right?
Yeah.
So I would say.
And there's a lot of more things that we can do at 3 anyhow. So yeah, we got to get to 3.
I would say you were already at 2, so you're probably at your max speed now after doing that. Is that an action or a maneuver?
Maneuver.
Okay. Yep. So with your maneuver, you boost the ship's acceleration up to the 3 up the max speed, and Dran, you're just sinking back into your chair. You guys are feeling the ship. He doesn't even tell you to hold on. He just gasses it.
You have to roll to speed up?
I don't think you do.
Because I have this feature called the full throttle action. Make a hard pilot check to increase the vehicle's top speed. Oh, top speed, so we can go up to 4.
Yeah, if you roll, you can go up to 4 if you'd like.
Okay, I'll save that for later.
Oh, you said that?
But then I am going to... actions. I'm going to probably try and gain the advantage as an action, so I can cancel any evasive maneuver penalties, both for myself and the target. On the hits, I can choose a defense zone that I would attack and hit, and only I can do that.
Okay, is that a piloting check to do that?
It doesn't say what check this is. Oh, crew, pilot, silhouette 1 to 4, speed 4+. Oh.
Okay.
Damage control. Yes, it would be a piloting.
Yes, it's a gaining advantage. So difference in speed is what we have to look at here. And currently, the TIE fighters would have been at a 2, slowly following behind. So right now, you're 1 ahead of them in terms of speed. So if we look at that speed advantage difficulty, initiating ship speed is 1 or more higher than the targeting ship. So yours is going to be an easy check. 1 purple dice.
1 purple dice, and then it's a pilot. Skills. Where's my pilot? I am a pilot. And we're doing planetary or space?
Space. We're using space since it's a spaceship.
Here we go. 1 hit. So
you succeed.
I get to choose a defense zone to aim for a hit. About the TIE fighters, is there a certain section, like the bottom wing, I would assume, probably help kind of mess up its kind of glide? So I kind of set up the gunnery to kind of aim for one of the bottom part of the wings.
Okay, perfect.
See if
so what does that do for the person shooting? Does that like give them an upgrade, or does it give them a boost or anything like that?
Gaining advantage would give them blue die to any ally owned by firing a weapon.
To anyone firing a weapon.
The next ally firing a weapon.
So a boost die automatically to the first person that shoots. Okay. These TIE fighters are just in pursuit, so they're going to just use their maneuvers to fly, and it's kind of like Lip is kind of moving and maneuvering a little bit, and they're just kind of just trying to stay steady with the ship. They don't really have to push. They're quicker because they're smaller spacecraft. So they're just like, doing that awful TIE fighter sound, the awesome TIE fighter sound, whichever you like the best. And they're just gonna fire at you guys. So they're gonna make attack rolls against the Phoenix. And since they're in short range and your silhouettes are about the same, the difficulty is going to be 2 purple dice on these attacks. But you have defenses on your ship. You have shields, which is going to add a black die because you guys have rear deflectors.
And they're seeing my dust.
And does gain the advantage do anything other disadvantage to them?
Or it's actually setting. So what happens is that it's curving so that she gets a more advantageous shot on the ship. Perfect. So really, I'm speeding up and just kind of going. It still probably have the back shots, but we will still get hit. We'll still probably get hit. That's probably what happens.
Okay, so that is a success. It does hit. As you guys are blasted, it's 7 damage. What is your ship's armor?
3.
So it soaks 3. So you take 3 damage on your hull as some of these green blasters make their way by and actually hit and spark some fire on the back of the ship. The 2 threat for this one, it's going to be it's going to take system strain on the ship. Let me double check and see how much. So it'll be 2 points of system strain against that ship as it's trying to continue to stay latched onto you as you're trying to do evasive maneuvers and gain the advantage on these guys. The other one begins to fire his weapons as well, and is going to go ahead and shoot. And a wash. Just misses. There must be a stormtrooper flying that one. As these green lasers just go flying by.
Nice.
That ends both NPCs' turns and brings us back to our next PC.
Yep, my turn to fire.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think you can still use the same maneuvers. Like, for instance, if you want to aim, you can still aim.
Okay, I'll aim.
You can't do any pilot stuff, which is weird. Oh, duh, because it's like punch it. You can't punch it from a turret. Okay.
Yeah, no. I will take aim.
Okay, so
Sure.
then you get to add a blue boost from Lip as well. Because of his gain the advantage. So you're going to have, the difficulty is going to be 2 purple.
2 purple, 2 blue.
2 blue, and that'll be it.
Okay, and then I guess I use this thing. Gunnery. That should be 1 yellow and 3 green. If it's doing mine. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
One of them.
Damage 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Wow.
And 2 advantages.
2 advantage. Okay. So I hope my API works on this. I'm gonna get ready to blow one up. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys ready?
Wait. Okay, go.
You ready? One's gonna blow.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works. Boom!
yeah!
It worked!
That's really cool.
So as this gun spins in the turret, as Raven's looking, you feel the G-forces kind of like push you around, and it actually, what Lip's doing is putting this TIE fighter right in the center of your targeting computer, and blasts and explodes the TIE fighter into pieces. Yeah. Well done.
Hell yeah! Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
pilot. There's a reason why he's in the pilot seat.
That brings us to our last PC of the first round.
All right. At the speed the thing's going, do you think it could overtake us in the next turn, or is it still going to be behind us a bit?
It
Can I
seems
give
like
you a
it's
boost?
deliberately trying to stay behind you from what you can see on the sensors.
All right. Chrissy, what
With
were
my
you saying?
With my 2 advantage, can I give MG the boost?
You absolutely can. Yes, you may.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
One thing I do want to mention, while you're in space combat, the only difference between space combat and regular combat is you cannot use advantage to heal strain on the ship.
Okay.
Right, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because it's not like the ship's going to gain confidence in what it's doing.
You can do it, Phoenix.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Right. So system strain is kind of like you have to make like mechanics checks and stuff like that to like help with the strain and things. So yeah, Dran, you're up, and you got a blue boost passed on to you.
Yes. And I've got 2 maneuvers. Or no, yeah, I have 2 maneuvers because of the
triumph
symbol, right?
Yep, 2 maneuvers.
Yeah. Then I'm like pressing all kinds of buttons and flipping switches. I'm gonna angle the deflector shield.
Oh,
yes.
I don't even think you have to. Do you have to roll for that? Or?
I don't see a roll there. I think it's just.
I think
you just move 1 point.
Yep. So basically, you guys know how you have 1 in the front and 1 in the back. Now you have 2 in the back and 0 in the front.
I
don't think these guys are going to catch up with this maniac, so I'll feel safe about this.
I'll make sure of it.
Is that a maneuver? That's a maneuver to do so, right?
Yes, that's one of my maneuvers.
Okay.
I'll spend my next maneuver to aim. I'm gonna try to like get a good bearing of. I guess I probably have like visual through the computers here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
You probably got one of those little arms that comes out of the side, like in the X-Wings, that has a target computer that slides down in front of your eye.
Oh, yeah. Steady. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, so let's see. And then I've got to add... I have 2 boosts. One is from... I'm taking advantage of what Raven told me about like exactly where it is. And then I'm adding on my aim to this thing.
Yep.
What's the 1 triangle?
It's going to be 2 purple difficulty.
Purple triangles.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this properly, or if I have to roll this 8 times.
Oh!
Oh!
A crit.
That is a crit.
Oh!
Hell yeah!
Okay. Dran, I'm going to tell you. You direct hit this TIE fighter and you blow it up.
Woo!
How would you like to spend... you can go ahead and describe this and then tell us how you want to spend your triumph on this. Did you just roll like 2 triumphs in a row?
Yeah, I might be cheating.
Stop it, don't say that. Don't say that, because then this isn't going to shut down.
The force is strong with me, that's what it is. So I've got like one eye in this thing, like watching and tracking, while the other one's like moving all the shields back as I just kind of like wait till it gets that perfect lock on that. Fire! That's the
And then it explodes just like the other one. Boom!
Hell yeah!
I look over and I say, way to use that starboard and port eyeballs that you got there.
Wow.
That's what I mean.
All right, you guys are out of, as quickly as you got into it, you guys are out of initiative. As it doesn't seem to be that there is anyone else in pursuit. So I'm going to take our combat music off and flip us over to another map. Is there anything game mechanics wise, MG, that you wanted to do with that Triumph?
I don't know that there's much. Can I do any, I don't think there's anything I can do with it. Could I say that, while I'm messing around with the shields, it'll be, easier to do any repairs later because I have a sense of, where exactly you got hit, or?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I like that idea. Yeah. I'll downgrade the difficulty to any, mechanics rolls or whatever that
Sweet.
you make on the ship.
That was a good call.
Yeah, very good call.
I do want to try full throttling this.
Oh, no.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How fast this baby can go?
Yeah, see how fast we can get out of here.
So you're going to try to push it to a 4 when technically the engines can only handle a 3?
So that's what I don't understand. So if I have that, I'm intentionally just going to break the device.
Nah,
that's what what the ability does.
I think it's because you're a pilot and you can just do stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah,
let me check and
it's
sure
the
that
way those talent trees are. That's what they're for. It's to break all the rules, you know? That's what talent trees do.
You can't do this except for this instance when you have these skills.
That's right.
It is a hard. Oh, that makes sense. So I can do it, but I could also fail.
Yeah, it's a harder check because there's more difficulty
I
to
could
it.
break it. Oh,
Yeah, because you're pushing the engine's limits.
I feel like we should use that as a last resort when we really need to get away.
Maybe wait to do the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs in another episode.
I mean, you can. No one's stopping you, Nico. Just saying.
Yeah, then I'll leave it be. We're just gonna plot the course and go. I don't want to mess up my baby.
Absolutely. You guys make your way back to the temple, and I'm moving you guys back over to the temple. Okay. And Nico lands the light freighter in the most convenient place outside of the plaza area there, and you guys immediately see your mentor, Heath and Roman. She is standing on the plaza. She is talking to another individual. And as the landing platform, the loading dock platform releases with all that hydraulics and stuff going off, you guys walk out of the light freighter, and you can see that they're having a conversation in the plaza. Jim, would you do us a favor and describe what and who they see?
All right. Well, they see Yeska, who is a quite tall, chiss young man. He's got dark blue skin and kind of, flowing blue-black locks, and very bright red eyes. They almost seem to glow. There are no discernible pupils in this eye, in his eyes, and it's a little eerie at first, but he seems like kind of a very jovial fellow. He doesn't seem too serious. He's wearing kind of a long brown overcoat. He doesn't have the sleeves in. It's kind of like just draped. It's got kind of a little bit of a chain, attached to the top, and underneath the brown overcoat, you can see it's got kind of a dark red almost military-esque uniform on, and he's got a very kind of a tall, proud bearing.
As you guys all approach, Heath and Roman looks to you and says, "You've returned. Quicker than I thought. It's please
This
let
guy
me."
flies pretty fast.
Yes, I remember a bit of Nico's abilities from our times in the past. Please meet a friend of mine. This is Jeska. He was just a little bit late in answering the distress call that I sent out, but I reassured that there would be others to come soon. So he's been patiently waiting your arrival.
How do you do?
Yes, I heard that you defeated, a very dark man. So I'm sad that I could not be there.
Well, how good are you with a saber?
I do all right. And he reaches down at his belt, and instead of kind of like the normal kind of cylindrical, object that you normally see with a lightsaber, his is a little bit shorter and got more of kind of a bend, to it. And then there's like a kind of a D shape of metal that connects the top and the bottom of it. And he grabs it and with one hand and just ignites this kind of yellow golden blade, and then flicks it into a salute, and then deignites it, spins it around his finger, and then clips it back to his belt.
Well, I'm glad you got one of those. I'm gonna pull out the holocron. I'm gonna hand it over, and I say to them, "Seems we're flying back a little light."
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, where's Tizo?
I look over to Raven.
I felt like he had a different path. For now. He's still alive as far as I can tell, but his path had to diverge from ours for now.
Everyone has their own destiny that they must follow.
Yeah, so
And perhaps the Force will bring us all together again one day.
well, it already seems to be maintaining the balance, and I kind of gesture at Jeska.
he kind of acquiesces with a small bow.
Well, let's hope that he's not admirable. And I just kind of go over and slap Dr. Drum on the shoulder.
God damn it!
I'm not an admiral. I work for an admiral. I report to an admiral. Someday,
Actually, my father is admiral.
No way. Do I recognize Jeska's uniform? Because I have knowledge of warfare. Is it anything I've ever seen before in any manuals or any?
Go ahead and make. I'm gonna need your help on this, Jim. What would the difficulty of this check be for him? What?
It's gonna be kind of difficult because the Chiss are a very insular part of the galaxy.
Okay.
Like in the Star Wars, both Legends and canon, like really one of the few Chiss that we actually ever see is Thrawn.
Right.
And we don't really know that much about the Chiss at all. So I would say at least a 2, maybe a 3 purple.
Okay. Let's go with 3 purple.
Cool.
Okay, and also, never mind.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Damn!
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend the threat, and I'm gonna let you and Jim kind of describe what you know about the uniform together, because I'm not gonna know a lot about it, so I'm gonna let you two do it. The 2 threat are going to be it brings back a little bit of bad memories from a past situation, and you take 2 points of strain.
I do.
No, that's MG.
Or he does.
Yeah,
Doctor.
Dr. Dre.
Is the doctor really a doctor, or did we just make him a doctor?
I think we've just
He does not have a medical license. It's a hobby. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. What we call him Dr. Dran, apparently.
Yeah.
It's stuck. It's
It
canon.
kind of is like a nickname you guys had for him, and then it just stuck. And
Stuck, yeah.
he's like that medic that runs around and just hits you with the med pack in the head, and it doesn't
we
really
are
do anything
all
for
aware
you.
of the potential problems of him healing you. We're all aware that there's a chance he could do more harm.
Yeah.
But usually he does pretty good. Usually.
Sometimes.
When he doesn't almost kill you.
But he doesn't almost kill you. He does pretty
He
good.
probably does have his doctorate degree, but it's probably in something else. It's not in medicine.
It's a PhD in Wookiee studies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So how does he succeed?
Narrow my eyes a little bit at Yeska. I heard there's someone like you in the Empire.
It's probably. There's quite a few of us.
Yeah, you're a rare
Oh.
sort here, though.
Well, one of the few that I have heard of is an exile, an enthroned. He is not as pleasant as I am. Much more serious, and then he just kind of straight-faced.
Much more serious.
Okay, a Joker. I got it. Okay.
I think I'm gonna like this one.
He breaks into a wide grin. Of course, I joke, I kid. And he does that. He does that kind of thing where it's like he slaps you on the shoulder, and then his eyes just go, steady for just a little too long, and then he laughs again, knowing that he just got you again.
Just enough to make people uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If any of you have ever seen Goodfellas, he funny hows you. Funny how.
You think I'm a funny guy?
Oh,
You think I'm a
I
clown?
got you again.
oh dear. Here we go.
I drop it, but I keep my eye on him.
Okay. Heath and Roman kind of looks at all of you as she's holding this holocron in her hands. I think it's time we've got this temple in full working order. And we'll go
right.
place it in within the chamber. And as this holocron fits into its place, it precedes the sounds of new systems deep within the temple whirring to life. Just as the previous artifact that you put into place, this one sounds like other ones are coming to life. The curator and the warden both manifest with pleased expressions, joined shortly afterward by a hologram formed of pure white light. The final gatekeeper emerges. This figure is a short, human-like Miraluka, dressed in plain robes and wearing a blindfold over his vestigial eye sockets. The Miraluka are people who are born without eyes. They look like humans, but they are born without eyes. His round face creases with a smile as he observes you within the holocron room, and at last he speaks. Greetings, young aspirants. I am called the Jailer, custodian of the Dawn Temple. It is my duty and my burden to oversee the care of those who have fallen to the lure of the dark side of the Force, and the return of their wounded spirits to the light. I understand from my compatriots that you are both to thank for restoring me to my place in the temple, and for bringing new hope into these dark times. If you will forgive me, I must begin a diagnostic of the dormant systems and ensure nothing has gone amiss in my absence. But when I am done, I will be glad to assist you in any way that I am able. and this holographic form seems to just dissipate and disappear as the holocron spins and glows within its new chamber. And you can see that a lot of these systems and lights within this room are blinking at full capacity now. And it seems like everything is going through, and you can see like kind of like a loading screen, things like running diagnostics and things are happening all around you as this takes place. And it seems you guys have some time as this is taking place. Both gatekeepers are both present, other than the third. And also Heath and Roman is also present.
There's something I was meaning to talk about earlier, if you all don't mind.
What's the matter, Nico?
Kind of bothered me on the flight back here that we had some run-ins with some underbelly people, and the work that we did made me wonder if really I'm cut out for this Jedi business.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you two do so well at it. I figured I'd ask if you kind of see any of that for me.
Nico, I wouldn't keep you around if that was the case.
Yeah. It's only because of your extraordinary power that we continue to associate with you.
You are more. My point is, you are more than capable. If I thought you were a hindrance to this team, I wouldn't continue. You are more than capable. That shot, you helped me line it up. That was
true.
Smooth flying.
I just worry that you all have a bit easier way of finding your way to the light than I do. I think back to that cavern, and my quickest response is to make people feel things that they probably shouldn't.
How do you feel about it?
I feel like it's got me by growing up. I get through what I get through. It's a means to an ends.
You survive.
Yeah, that's the old Nico way. Make it through, ask questions later. Just seems like it matters more now. It's a lot more higher stakes.
That might be true. But I tell you, I have no doubt in you. At all. Not sure if that's worth much, but...
Well, I mean, for somebody who can see the future, I'm sure hope that you can see the light.
That's a little bit more complicated. Let's not...
Clouded the future is.
Anybody smell a Yoda?
Smells like a song.
Quick question. I know you guys are role playing this out right now, but I think some of you are still injured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm bleeding.
Drone is bleeding. Andrea's bleeding everywhere.
We're all bleeding. We're all beat up.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to make. I know Nico already had a. Well, that was per encounter. So
yeah.
So you could do an additional medical check on Nico if he was in need of it.
Hang on, let me find my stuff. I think I have a code.
Before that happens, though, didn't Dran suffer a pretty horrific wound?
I do have a mortal wound.
Critical?
You have a crit?
Oh.
A critical wound.
Yeah. Basically, the way it works is you have to declare, like, I'm just healing wounds, or I'm going to try to get rid of the crit. But here's the thing, like, if you're just working on wounds and you roll a triumph, you can use that triumph as a means of getting rid of that crit, because you did that last time. You rolled a... You were just doing a regular medical check, and you rolled a triumph. So you were able to not only heal him, but you were also able to get rid of that crit.
To heal the crit, yeah.
Yep. So,
that's right.
But
Can you do it the vice versa? Can you heal the crit, and if you
I would say yes, because a triumph is supposed to mean something excellent happens. So I would allow it. You know.
Okay.
How much downtime allows for wound healing?
Honestly, it's only 1 wound per day.
1 wound per day.
Yep.
Oh,
you guys have a hobby doctor.
I have 3 stims left.
The way strain.
So I'm going to use one of them.
You're going to use a stim? Okay. Yeah. Did you use one already today? Did somebody use a stim?
Was it today?
Yeah. It would have been today. The fight still happened.
Yes, today. I did. I did it during the fight, I think.
Okay, so this next stim is only going to heal 4 wounds.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
Every time you do a stim per day, it reduces its amount.
When I do force healing, it is for all intents and purposes a stim. Like it goes down the same way.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So, but if you take a long rest though, the next day it'll be just like a stim.
Yeah,
right?
it
resets. Gotcha. Cool.
I'm gonna try to patch up my own wounds. I'm gonna leave the critical or the critical wound kind of lingering for a while I just try to like get myself back to normal.
It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to do it on yourself. You sure you want to do it that way?
Would.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to let you do it that way.
Because Nico, I think Nico helped you out last time.
If I do help him, I want to help him with his critical injury, because I feel like I
could force heal the other part.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Wow. If you can force heal yourself, then I would want to get that critical injury out of the way. Yeah, so he's let's get that joint back into its socket.
Oh, be careful.
Okay, well, you're gonna be making a medicine check, I believe. And how hurt are you? Are you below half of your wound threshold?
I'm at 6 out of 12 right now.
Oh, so you're
right at half.
Right at half. So I think that makes...
Maybe I'll force heal myself first.
You gonna do the force heal first?
Yeah, I will use the force to heal myself.
Okay.
So that'll bring back 5, put me down to 1 out of 12.
Okay.
So.
Do you have to roll your force die first to be able to do it?
I indeed do.
Here we go, folks. Roll that fancy force die.
Force die.
Wait, if you use it dark, if it turns dark, you injure yourself?
No, I think I have to use a point to flip it if it's dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to take conflict and strain and
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So I will drop on my shame and the darkness inside me to make myself less wounded, right?
You are embarrassed. How could you, Dr. Dran, come out of that battle this injured? There's no excuses, Dran. What is this? What's going on with you? These are the kinds of things that are going into your mind.
I let Imperial sympathizers hit me.
It's going through your head because Dr. Dran is kind of whispering this in your ear once again. How could you be this injured? Jesus.
So you're going to need to flip a destiny point, take a point of strain, and take a conflict point as you do this.
So how does that work? Flipping a destiny? Am I using up a light side? Yeah, using a light
side. Flip it over to me. That's right.
Yeah, fortitude.
And so you heal how many?
5.
5. So your wounds heal 5. So you only have 1 wound left to heal, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. Okay.
So
I'm sitting at 3.
Okay, and Nico's going to try to get rid of the critical on you?
Yep.
Okay. So this medicine check will be an easy check then, because he only has 1 wound.
Okay.
Let me double check that, just to be sure. I think that's the way it works.
You're holding your scalpel wrong!
Can't remember.
I could be holding it in your eye socket.
You know what? I trust you.
That was a slow one. That took me a second.
Trust you. Where was that wounds and healing section at? Oh, I'm missing it. Recovery and healing. Here it is. Medical care, critical injuries. Okay. Okay, it's based off of the critical injury severity rating, which was a 1 purple. So yeah. It will be 1 purple. And you're just going to make a medical check with 1 purple die. On Dr.
got this.
Dan.
Hey, what's your name? Yeska. You got a steady hand.
Oh yes, very steady.
Can you just hold his shoulder here, and I'm gonna press down.
Okay, because he's assisting.
I set up my huge hands on the count line.
He's assisting, so you get to add a blue boost die for his assist.
Guys,
because you're kind of holding him still so he doesn't like jolt at the pain.
I can't see what you're doing over there.
Okay, are we ready?
Can I also hold down Dran's feet?
I would have allowed it, but he already rolled.
Oh, okay.
I counted 2. 1, 2, and push.
Okay, so what happens is on a successful medicine check to get rid of the crit, basically what happens is no matter how many successes you get, it just heals the crit. So, so your crit is gone. Okay.
Nice.
So, because the focus is all on that critical injury, so that's all that happens with that roll. Is it successful? And honestly, Nico, with you could probably use those 2 advantage to heal 2 points of strain if you'd like to. If you have it.
Good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on strain.
Okay.
But I can give it to someone. If I want.
Sure, if there was somebody else who wanted to make another check at this point. And Raven, as you went down to almost like grab Dran's legs, he almost kicked up at your face, to your helmet, and you dodge out of the way.
Raven, you need to be patched up.
I'm sitting at a 3. I'm okay.
Why not?
I'll be fine. I'll just sleep it off. It's fine.
Well, Doctor, if you want to help out some other people, that'd be great.
Gotcha. Let's switch places. Come on.
Oh God.
Yes, good. You want to hold him down like hard, like make it hurt a little.
I'm just gonna back up and let these 3 guys figure it out and just watch from the corner. Be like, all right.
Whatever you say. You said you are doctor.
Well, I may have a PhD. It's not in medical science, but that's irrelevant here.
Because I helped him get his arm back together, I will say I will help give that advantage to him to heal me.
Okay. What do you think about using that lightsaber to kind of, we can cut him open a little, make sure we get him.
Don't make me regret fixing you.
You need lightsaber to cauterize.
I'm kidding.
Oh. No offensing. I don't always understand Udinshala's humor. Sorry.
Oh. Trust me, they don't have it.
Yeska kind of watches everyone laugh for a second and then joins in. Like not quite understanding, but seeing everyone else enjoying themselves.
I must say, like, your medical and healing encounters are just as entertaining as when you guys get into a fight. I mean,
it's more dangerous, more perilous.
It's just the same level of danger.
It's like we shift from an episode of Star Wars to like an episode of ER. It just goes back.
House empty. What's the purple here?
Checks out.
Grey Jedi's anatomy.
Okay, that's it. Are you trying to heal Nico? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
We're healing Nico.
Nico, what is your wounds currently at, Nico? Like, what's your number?
8 out of 14.
So that's gonna be 2 purple.
Okay.
And you have a blue boost that Nico gave you.
Yes, I have a blue boost in that. So let's see what we can do. Hold on tight here.
Oh, wait.
You forgot to take off the force.
But
nothing happened.
It's true to Dran's nature. He doesn't heal any wounds, but all of your strain is pretty much removed.
the strain that I don't have.
Nice, Nautilin. Nice.
And look at his check. He's rolling a proficiency die and 4 ability die every time he does that. It's crazy.
This is what I mean by like. Oh, how
I get frustrated. Or zap him. I'm just gonna
clear.
So Yeska's got himself a stim pack. Would he be able to see if that could help at all?
Yes, you could just like jab him.
Yeah, so it's Dran calms him down. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. And then out of nowhere, Yeska Pulp Fiction with the stim pack into the chest.
Yes.
Okay.
Nico, is that your first stim pack or so Nico, you instantly heal 4 wounds, and then you just take a stim pack off of your character sheet.
Okay.
For that.
I need to buy more.
Yes, we need to get them back.
If only we were.
I don't remember how many I said I bought.
You can have as many as you really want. It really doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna do a little sideways 8 sign.
I started with 3. I'm currently at 0.
Okay, can I say that I start with like 5? Is that fair?
And also, you guys know that there's medical supplies in the lower part of this temple.
I'm gonna go raid the medical supply place. I'm gonna go down there and raid it.
Yeah,
I need some stim packs.
I would say if you guys are going for stim packs, you probably each get 5 from the supply storage.
Nice.
A lot of the other ones are expired, unfortunately, because it's been a long time. So
I will know that.
I will take the expired one just in case. There's a not so pretty person.
He jabs it into himself and immediately goes.
Hey, I'm a smuggler. I do business this way.
So you guys go downstairs. You start basically raiding the medical supply closet. There's also med kits in there. So anybody who doesn't have a med kit who would like one, you may add one to your character sheet if you'd like to.
I don't know about that.
Basically, it allows you to make these medical checks without like having setback dice added to them. If you if you try to do first aid without the materials, it's very difficult. So it gives you the materials to be able to heal somebody. That's why on Dran's, I think Dran, you probably should have added 2 blue to that roll because of you're using your med pack. Yeah, I think a med pack gives you a boost die on your medical checks as well.
Oh, cool.
So that way it kind of balances that out a little bit. So anybody who wants a med pack who doesn't already have one, you can get one. Eventually the supplies do run out. There's no like limit on how many times you can use it. But story-wise, eventually you're going to have to like refill it or find another one somewhere out there.
I'll restock mine down here with you.
What was that?
Isn't Dr. Dran's med pack the med pack that I had? Because you didn't have one, right? Or did you have
No, I had one that
I think somebody took mine.
I think you paid to, or you said you were going to customize his or something like that. I thought that's what was happening.
Yeah. I was trying to upgrade it to give it a nice little like oomph in chutzpah.
Yeah. Cool. Then you guys make your way back upstairs. It seems that everything is still going on. Heath and Roman's continuing to talk to the other gatekeepers from the Holocrons. But then all of a sudden you guys are startled by an outbreak of noise echoing through the corridors below the temple. The sounds of stampeding feet and shouting voices. It sounds like a huge crowd, but you aren't sure how anyone could have approached the temple so suddenly. And then you realize it's coming from the sealed-off lower levels. After a scant few moments, the source of the clamor spills out into where you are, revealing itself to be a horde of wild-eyed beings of various species, all dressed in ragged remains of some simple uniform. A few of them see you, and hatred flares in their maddened gazes. They brandish scavenge weapons, even as they rest on of their compatriots stream towards the temple exits. It seems like during this diagnostic, something has gone wrong, and the systems are starting to fail. And there's a crowd of people coming from out of inside the lower reaches of the temple. And there are 4 facing off against you guys within the temple. I'm going to clear the turn order, and I want everybody to roll initiative.
What the bloody hell?
So let me remove the turns real quick, and then you guys can go to your character sheets under your combat tab and make sure you click that initiative. Right. We're gonna go on this one since it's vigilance because it's happening very quickly, and this is a shock. So we're gonna use vigilance as our results. I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys. So I got 4 on there as well.
Do I just not go?
It's a wash.
No, I don't think. Do you need to add a purple to yours?
Oh, you don't have to add the purple. Yeah.
Why do I have a purple? Oh, I have to reset. Oh, okay.
From your last
that's
check,
weird.
I think.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. Vigilance. So I got to make 4 of these. So I'm gonna go. Boom.
I can just keep that, or do I have to reroll?
Boom. Go ahead and re-roll. So then, yeah, re-roll.
Oh my god!
It's still a wash? Hey.
It's still a wash.
Look at that. So we don't have to worry about that one.
Yikes.
You just sit off to the side.
Oh, wow. Nico. That's
it automatically re-roll for me twice.
Oh, did it re-roll for you twice?
I only hit it once, but it has me down twice. Okay. I think you can't get a wash.
Oh, for initiative you can. Well, I think for initiative you can get a wash. It just means you go later.
Still hasn't
so
listed as a wash in the
app. 1-0 has got to go. Look at that. That 1-0 or yeah. Okay, so let's do descending order. Let's see if there are any ties. Because we have to break ties manually if there's a PC. Yeah, there's a PC tie with an NPC here, so that PC is going to go before. Yeah, we got the 1 PC at the end. Are you guys seeing all those listed on the turn order? Does that look accurate to you guys? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and change.
Yeah, that looks accurate.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change our music. And we got 2 PC slots, so you guys get to decide who goes first. I would say these guys are probably within short range of you guys. This is going to be kind of like a theater of the mind type combat.
I mean, I'll just shoot.
That's our light side, Jedi.
Get out of my house! Earn some peace and quiet. What the hell?
Okay, are you doing any maneuvers before you shoot?
I'll aim.
Aim. Okay, so your maneuver is to aim, so you can add a blue boost dice.
Yep.
To hit, it's going to be a one purple because of the range.
All right. Not -2, but 1.
I'm just going to use
all right.
tokens to help me keep track of damage a little bit. I'll place them here.
What the heck?
What is going on there?
Whoa.
What just happened?
That was fun.
That was weird.
I think you just shared your details instead of an attack.
How?
Weird.
Did you click the little roll button?
Yeah. On the weapon, yeah.
Try to go at the top and just reset everything and try to do it again.
All right, hang on. Should I just roll with heavy?
Well, you need the critical and damage.
Right. I don't know why it... So it's 1.
Oh no.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Hold on, I'm gonna try mine.
It
does work for mine.
Okay, let me double check.
What happened?
Let me double check Raven's character sheet really quick.
Is there anything in the quality section or the feature section?
Yeah, but that never happened before.
You may have to delete the qualities one more time because it is showing the.
Yeah, I'll delete that.
And then re-roll it, and you can paste it back.
Okay, let me try. Oh, now it works. So, weird.
Whoa, yeah.
So just make sure there's nothing in the qualities and features. Mine did that the first time we started playing.
Really?
Oh, weird.
You can't have anything in the qualities and features?
You can't. I just put stuff. I rolled it and then I pasted it and then it was fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, weird. Interesting. Oh yeah, you hit one of them, Raven.
Cool.
So that's
9, 11.
Wait, hold on a second. Yes, 9, 10, 11. So 11 points. Let's see. I don't know. I think they do have a little bit of soak.
Oh no. These poor sponges gets obliterated.
Yeah, you hit one. It looks heavily damaged, but is still up as it stumbles back from this massive blaster attack. You have 2 advantage.
Yeah, I'll boost the next person. I don't need a heal strain. I'm fine.
Okay, so a blue boost goes to the next, passed off to the next person. So next PC can go.
I'm out. I will happily go last.
So either.
All right. Let's have Yeska go next then, if that's no problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yeska is going to reach down to his right hip, and he has a Chiss dueling blaster in a quick draw holster, and so I imagine that the quick draw holster doesn't need a maneuver, right?
I think the ruling on a quick draw holster is it just is an incidental, so you can just draw your weapon for free. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to just whip that out and just crack a shot off at one of these things.
Do you want to aim at the same one that Raven just hit, or one that's fresh?
Yeah, let's do the same one that Raven hit.
Okay.
So
you're going to add 1 purple die to your difficulty?
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. You can go ahead.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, you re-roll with 1 purple in the difficulty.
And you also get a blue boost.
And a blue boost die
yes, I
as
do.
well. Yes, she passed that on. You definitely have advantage against this person who's teetering back after a massive shot to the chest.
I may be light side, but I'm no nonsense.
Okay.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, Yeska, you miss, but you create some kind of advantage. So those 2 advantage can either be spent to reduce 2 points of strain. You could pass those 2 off as a boost to another player, or you could do something kind of like narratively to help create an advantage in some way.
I'll pass them off to another player, but I'll say that it hits some stone nearby their head, and a couple of sparks or chips of stone obscure their vision a little bit.
Perfect.
And for my maneuver, I will. It's imagine that my blaster, instead of having multi shots like everybody else's, it's got a limited ammo of 1. So there's kind of a little small lever option underneath.
Okay.
And I'll pull it forward and then spin it around.
Yes.
And that will be my maneuver.
Yeah, it's like a Western. Yeah, it's like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be my maneuver, and I'll pass the boost onto the next person.
Okay, perfect. One of the NPCs gets to go. One of the fresh ones, is going to rush up to you, Yeska, after that shot. Is going to try to swing this makeshift. It looks like a bunch of metal. It looks like maybe a piece of a cybernetic arm. It's basically just wielding it as a weapon. It's just going to try to hit you with it.
Getting hit with an arm.
Yep, you're going to get. Trying to give you 5.
Stop hitting yourself. hit yourself.
Summon yourself. That's right. So this is melee. So it's going to be 2 purple dice difficulty. Is there anything else? Like, do you have armor?
I do. My coat is a heavy coat.
Does it give you soak or armor? If it gives you armor, it adds setback dice to their attack. But,
let me double check.
I know your lightsaber does if you have it out, but you don't have it out just yet.
Yeah. For my armored coat, it gives me 1 soak and 1 defense.
Okay, perfect. So I'll add a setback die to this attack as well. And they're going to swing at you with this piece of cybernetic arm they found from somewhere. Who knows? And goes to slam you with it and fails. But gains an advantage and is going to pass on a blue boost to the next of those bad guys that get to go. So whiffs.
It ruffles my coat.
It ruffles your coat. That's exactly it. And that brings us to a next PC. So now this one is engaged with you right now, Yeska. So
okay.
We got Dran and we got Nico.
Yeah.
All you, Godzilla.
Right. Yeah, I know. Actually, I tried to drag myself on to do icons, and I'm big.
It's a trap.
Then I'm gonna use a maneuver to aim, and I'm going to fire at. I guess, are any of the prisoners wounded here?
Yeah, there's one with a massive blaster wound to the chest from your light side force user.
Our paragon of virtue. I'm gonna flip my blaster to stun and give them a blast.
Oh, a stun setting shot. You got it.
Yeah, stun shot.
It's gonna be short range, so that's 1 purple.
Short range, 1 purple. Yep. Roger that. Okay, so this would do 11 stun damage unless there's some soak and 1 pierce. 1 pierce.
Yep, as this blue kind of circular radiating energy comes flying out of the blaster, this prisoner goes down.
Alrighty, and then I'm gonna actually take some strain in order to take another movement and duck behind one of these pillars.
Perfect. Yeah, you can do that. You hide behind one of the pillars.
Yeah.
But you're huge.
I'm breathing pretty good.
It's kind of like the cartoons where somebody tries to hide behind like a telephone pole and they're just like, oh, perfect. All right, so now 3 of these guys get to go, but unfortunately, one of them that would have gotten a chance to go is no longer alive. Well, is stunned. So I'm going to take 1 initiative off the order. So 2 NPCs, the other 2. 1 rushes up to Raven. And since Dran ran off and hid, the other one's going to rush up to Nico. And they're both going to try to make attacks against Raven and Nico. Raven, I believe I have to add a setback die to your attack.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because I do have 1 defense.
Oh, and they did pass off 1 boost. So I got 1 boost to this guy. And here comes a swing from a scavenge weapon to Raven. It misses. And I take a strain. And what do I have to add for your attack, Nico? Anything?
1 setback.
1 setback?
I have 1 defense.
Alright. So here comes attack to Nico with a scavenged weapon. And a fail with 2 strain. They are really straining themselves trying to get after you guys. So the first one actually takes...
They're very weak after their imprisonment.
That's it. They've been in prison for a while, so that's definitely it.
Yep.
So that takes 1, and that one's going to take
Need some
2
electrolytes.
strain. As they're trying... They're doing everything they can to hit you, but it seems like their combat skills are definitely flawed. The last PC to go is going to be Nico. You've got 1 in your face trying to hit you with some kind of piece of metal.
We've all learned that this has gone so well before, but now that I know exactly what's happening, I'm just going to look at the one that's trying to swing at me, and I say, "You don't want to do this." calm down and tell your people to step back. We're not going to hurt you. And I'm going to have a discipline check with this one.
Okay. Let me double check their discipline, so I'll tell you what the difficulty is. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to make a discipline check, and you're going to put the force die into your check.
Okay.
And then that force die can be utilized to generate a success, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
But your discipline that you're going against is going to be 1 red.
Oof. This person is super disciplined, you all. I got better at this. So it's 1 red and 1 destiny die.
One force die. Yep.
Okay, 1 force die. Cool. Here we go. Whoa.
Okay, so here's the issue here. You can do it, but you have to flip. Destiny, you would take 2 strain and 2 conflict, but you can do it.
You know, it's been a long day. We're just gonna do it. I don't want to fight. Give me the strain. I'll take the conflict. I've been taking the conflict.
There's our boy.
It's who I am as a person. So I'm taking 2 conflict.
Yep, 2 conflict, and you succeed. So describe to me again exactly what you were saying and what you were trying to impart on this person. Because
so
remember, it's dark side, so you have to use.
Oh, right.
You have to come at it. You have to come at it in a dark manner. You can't come at it.
Oh, I don't like this. So instead of him saying, "I don't want to do this anymore," he looks at this one, and I say, "Do you really want to do that? Do you know what I'm capable of doing to you?"
Oh, using a threatening approach.
And so it would change what I roll for a success too, doesn't it? Because then that's no longer deception or that's intimidation.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, we'll role play that out. That's perfect. Yeah. He takes that. He takes that metal piece, and he lets it go out of his hands for a moment, and he looks around. It looks like he's pouring sweat. Right now he's unarmed in front of you. And you have a maneuver.
This isn't going right in my head because this is not what he sees that this is what his force is doing. He's like, no, that's not. No. And so he's just going to use the evasive maneuver to go and hide.
You run and hide behind a pillar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
we just got done talking about this,
and then you run away.
He sneaks up to his chest. He's like, nope.
Perfect. That brings us up to the top of the second round with another PC. Any PC can go.
I'ma shoot.
You gonna shoot? All right. Raven, remember you have 1 in your face. So you have 1 engaged with you right now.
Oh, I have 1 in my face.
Yeah, because 1 tried to hit you with some kind of... It had one of those empty med packs from down below and is trying to hit you with it.
Jesus. It's the right way to hit you.
Just whip a satchel at it.
Can I shoot if I'm engaged?
You can. It's just
harder.
More. It'll be right. An added difficulty. But you can. Yeah.
Don't you have a lightsaber too?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. And I have a harness, so I don't need to, if I let go of my weapon, it doesn't drop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It stays there. Yeah.
I bought that, or made that harness as a gadgeteer. So I think...
Well, is it like a tack sling?
I just saw Victoria's message in chat.
What did you say?
Doctor of massage therapy. Massage therapy.
Yeah. I've made a harness for my heavy weapon, so it helps stabilize and it doesn't drop.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you could use your maneuver to get out your lightsaber and then use your action to attack.
So.
Yeah, you could do that.
I will do so.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done this before.
So explain to everybody your color of your lightsaber once again as you ignite it.
Yes, so my lightsaber is like a cyan, green, blue, very vibrant teal color.
I love it.
Almost a little bit seafoam green, but it's kind of like shifts from seafoam green to like a vibrant like turquoise.
I like it because like the hue of your camera right now is kind of
That's
like that color, so it
basically
matches. It matches right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just imagining her lit up by that color.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna
right.
here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be 2 purple, but I'm going to flip, and I'm gonna use a dark side. So you're gonna
I've never done this
you're gonna
before.
upgrade because you've never really done this before.
Nope, I haven't. Okay.
So I'm gonna add that to your check.
Okay. Oh, I have to.
Hey, thank
Okay,
you so
hang
much
on.
for the follow. The big something. I can't read it. The big milk. The big milk is here. Welcome to the family, Big Milk.
Woo!
Ooh, look at that. Even with the upgraded difficulty.
Oh, so nice.
And an easy crit too.
Yeah, it's breach 1, vicious 2. I don't know what these mean.
For some reason that damage seems high. Is that what your lightsaber damage is, MG?
My lightsaber is a 6, I reckon.
I don't know. I looked it up in my rulebook and it said 10. So like, if it's not, I'll change it.
Yeah, I think a basic lightsaber is supposed to be 6 for base damage.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll change that.
And the critical is supposed to be 2.
Okay.
You probably
Yeah, I don't know. I found a lightsaber in the book, and that's the only one I found. I apologize. Not trying to cheat here.
No, I'm not saying you were. There are different lightsabers in the book. Some of them are modified and custom and things like that, so it adds
And
damage.
it could be from like the bounty hunter side of things, because like I think I was looking in that book and not the other book.
A 10-1 is like the dark saber.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's like ridiculously powerful.
Okay.
The big milk says that you can modify your lightsaber using the crystals, so that you can modify the damage.
Yeah, you can modify them with crystals. Yeah.
Okay. So if the critical's 2, that means I can still hit with a critical hit?
You can activate a critical on this hit.
I'm gonna do that.
So
do that.
You do 7 points of unsoakable damage to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that was somebody who already took 1 point of strain for attacking you.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're barely standing as it is, and you're going to...
I'm going to use one of mine to give myself a point of strain back.
Okay, and then I want you to roll a D100 for me.
Oh
no.
And we'll see what that critical does.
Oh, okay.
Like which limb?
Because you critical them.
75.
Oh,
that's high.
Can we just talk about the fact that Raven's in the light area and I'm in the dark? I'm going very fast towards the dark.
I don't know how this is happening, Lip. It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
This one's brutal. Hamstrung. Basically, the target has no free maneuvers during the whole rest of the encounter. It has to spend strain to take a maneuver at all.
Oh god!
It can only do actions from now on.
Okay.
Wow.
So basically, you've basically cut his legs so bad that he can barely move on it.
Nico is rocking.
So I guess Raven would kind of just like slice downward and get like a good artery cut.
Oh yeah, he's like screaming, is looking down at this wound on his leg. Yeah, it's the next PC's go.
Well,
nice hit. My goodness.
Oh gosh. Nico.
You sound so sure. So certain.
Okay. Though, so I also have range, so I can use force to add multiple people too, right?
I believe so, yeah. If that's what that. If
Okay.
that's what. Yeah.
I am going to keep the guy who I have afraid, and I'm going to do the same thing, but then I'm going to also add it to Raven as well. I'm going to say the exact same thing. You want to stand down.
Okay. So you're trying to use a force power on both of them. Okay, Raven, you get to make a contested check against this as well.
Okay, what does that mean?
So
he's using his force power on me.
Well, what is your discipline? What is your discipline rank?
Hang on, let me get.
But I think don't you have to spend like additional force points to be able to do it on multiple people on your tree? Does it say you have
so
to?
I have to hope.
My
hope that I get to.
You have to get a hope to get two. Why don't you go ahead and roll your force die then first to see if we even have to worry about Raven's roll?
Well, it would be Raven as a primary because the other guy.
You go for Raven first. Okay, you got it.
Yeah. The other one's just the. Oh
okay.
God!
So you can do it. You're pulling from the dark side because you know this is wrong.
So dark.
This is wrong.
Dark side on Raven.
This is
what is after she just told you that she trusts you.
She believes in you.
Because she trusts me, she knows that this is probably the right thing for me to do.
Okay.
Use it like
What do I do? What, Michael? What does this mean?
So basically, your discipline is going to be the difficulty of his check.
Okay, so my discipline is 1 yellow, 1 green, I think. Let me double check.
So that
I
means
have
it's going to
2
be
green.
So it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple difficulty on your check.
Fine with it.
Yeah, 1 yellow, 1 green.
Okay.
And that black force die that you rolled counts as either a success or an advantage against whatever you roll.
Oh, so I'm still making my normal roll now.
You're still making your normal roll, but you have either a success or an advantage that goes with it because you spent that force die.
With this, to tell someone to stand down, would that be coercion or leadership?
I don't know.
Also, with having a dark die.
What do you think? Let's ask Raven. Raven, would you respond positively to leadership commands from Nico? Or would he have to sweet talk you into standing down? So, what is this going to be? What do you think this is going to be? I'll let you guys decide.
It's tough because it's situational for her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well, this one's also Dark Force too, so
it's also Dark Force. So maybe, yeah. What would be more negative in your eyes for him to do?
Probably coercion is more negative.
Okay, so this is gonna be a coercion check then.
I'm gonna give myself 1 success then.
Okay.
And what is the?
Well, you can roll. You can roll and then decide which one it is. Yeah, it's gonna be purple and 1 red. Because she,
for sure, she would respect leadership more than. Yeah.
And coercion. Here we go.
Ooh, using the force on your friends. Oh boy.
Oh, I got at least 1 hit.
Oh yes. Yeah, but you have either a success or an advantage. So basically, you can cancel one of those threat, or you can succeed.
I'm just gonna succeed because if I'm not, I just fail.
Okay.
So at least 1 success.
What? Let me see what these 3 strain are gonna be, because you channeled into the dark side pretty heavy.
Yeah. He starts looking like Palpatine, like.
Thanks, Raven.
Nico, because of a serious amount of regret for you doing this, and it's hindering on your shoulders, the next check you make will be an upgraded difficulty.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to cash in those 3 threats for. So make sure you mark that down somewhere so we remember.
So am I?
You're compelled by Nico's words. They seem to calm you in a almost strange. It's strange. You've never heard Nico talk to you this way before. It's a little threatening,
Sounds a little bit like Gollum.
Yeah. And you're not sure if something's wrong with him or it's strange. You can tell he's being serious, and there's a pull for you to back off.
Okay. So, question, DM. If I back off, do I take a conflict point?
Oh god, this is just getting terrible.
Oh no.
Because this is not my way. He is forcing me to do something that I don't want.
You don't want to do. I would say yes. If you back
I'm
off,
yeah, so I would take a conflict point.
Actually, for you, you take 2.
It'd be double.
You take 2 conflict points.
So I guess we know where we're standing, guys. Thanks, Nico. I appreciate this. This is karma biting me in the ass. All right, let me just go to character info real quick. This is the most conflict I've ever gained, you guys.
Does light side work like the dark side, where you have to get all the way down to 0 to stay out of the light, or did she just get knocked out of the light?
I don't know. I'll have to read the rules on that. That's a good question.
I think it also depends what I roll at the end of the session.
Yeah, it depends on that.
I can still go up.
You can still go up. And you can also still get more conflict because there's still plenty of time. Was that the first PC or that was the second PC, right? I think Nico, you still have a maneuver, I believe. You'd like to use it.
I'm already hidden. I would have just popped out and did that and then gone back to hiding. I would I'm just gonna stay hidden. That's all I want to do. I should have. Does hiding give me? That doesn't give me any sort of advantage on doing those type of checks.
It gives them a setback.
But I mean that's specifically for combat.
Hiding, taking cover, like if you're taking cover, it adds setback to anybody who's trying to attack you. Is what it does.
Okay, so I'll just keep that then. Don't attack me.
The first NPC that gets to go is going to be the one that's standing, very badly injured in front of Raven. Has no maneuvers, so it's just going to take like the remnants of this weapon that it has is just going to try to hit Raven. Seeing Raven looking over at Nico and then like conflicted back and forth, takes that opportunity to try to just jam her right in the gut with this weapon. So here.
+1 armor.
You got it. +1 armor, so that's a black, 2 purple. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to flip.
Of course you are.
Because I've got plenty of Destiny points.
He's showed his cards. He doesn't need to hold back no more.
I'm going to flip, and I'm going to upgrade this attack because of this current situation, because it makes sense story-wise.
Yeah.
So I'm going to upgrade the attack, 1, and then here it comes. We've got scavenge weapon coming right at the gut. It all cancels out. So the critical injury is enough to make it just miss. And actually, you being able to foresee Raven, you almost see the attack coming right at the last moment and just shift back away from it. And that brings us to our next PC. We've got either Duran or Jeska to go.
Go, Jeska.
All right. I'm going to use my maneuver, and with my one hand still holding my blaster, my other hand reaches down and grabs and ignites.
Yes! Well done.
A lightsaber.
Well done.
Well
Super
played.
dope. Well played. Well done.
This is a practice kind of cavalry saber made out of polyurethane that I have.
Jim, for the prop, I'm gonna allow you to add a boost die to your attack.
I approve. Yes. So good.
All right. So pulls out. My wife rolled her eyes at me, but I said it's gonna be awesome, and I was.
It was.
Oh yeah, it was. It was awesome. So I assume you're going to use your action to attack.
With my maneuver, I pull up, and then I will use my action to attack.
Perfect.
And just try to slash at this guy that's right in my grill.
Okay, you're.
So since mine is a curved hilt lightsaber, I get an automatic. What is the wing? The
advantage.
The advantage.
You get an automatic advantage.
I get an automatic advantage when I'm with a single opponent. Is that the case here?
That's the case here. Yeah, and I'm going to before you make that attack.
Right.
I'm gonna flip a dark side point.
Okay.
So to even things back up to 3-3, and basically what you're gonna do is when you make this attack at the top of your character sheet, you're gonna add two purple dice for your difficulty, but underneath it there's an upgrade option. I want you to upgrade it to 1.
Got it.
Okay. And then don't forget to add your blue boost for awesome props.
Add my blue boost. Awesome props. Props to the props.
Props to the props. Hell yeah.
All right. And so.
And then you can go down and click on your.
Do I need to click anything for that automatic advantage, or just?
No, we just gotta mentally figure it out once the dice are rolled. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So unfortunately, you miss.
Not so good with the quick draw with the lightsaber.
but here's the good thing is you have 3 advantage.
Oh.
Right.
Not just 2.
So yeah.
You could either recover 3 strain, you could pass on a blue boost to a specific individual and to the next PC, because 2 would be to a specific one and 1 would be for another, or you could cash all 3 of them in to somehow your miss cause that person to drop their weapon and disarm them. Or any other narrative thing that you can think of that would create an advantage for you.
Because Yeska is still new to the group, he's not sure why people are attacking him. He did kind of have a gut reaction to shoot and fire, but now he sees that he doesn't know the whole story, and so he's going to use that cut with the lightsaber to just slice off like right above the guy's hand that whatever he's trying to attack him with.
Perfect. Easily.
To disarm him.
Easily. Yep.
So I'll use that 3 advantage to disarm.
Yep.
So instead of disarming him, it'll take off.
It shatters the weapon. The weapon goes flying across in different pieces in front, and he looks like he has got some panic in his eyes as you do this. So I think that'll end your turn and bring us to the next NPC. That NPC actually looks at you in the face, it has no weapons, and begins to just tear off down the steps, using both of his maneuvers to just bolt.
Yeah, just kind of look at him and just go.
And that brings us to our last NPC, which is the one that's terrified of Nico. And is also disarmed, if I'm correct.
I think so.
It also uses both of his maneuvers to bolt. Seeing that guy run, this one starts running as well, and they start going down the steps. So basically 2 maneuvers is going to get them, if you guys look at your map on here, basically it's going to get them both down to the doorway down here. Because they're just basically bolting. And that brings us to our last PC of this round, which I believe is the Doctor.
Yeah.
The Doctor's not a doctor.
Yeah. It looks like these guys are kind of breaking rank and running.
Yeah, and the one standing in front of Raven right now is just desperately hanging on.
I'm not gonna attack it.
Not gonna attack it?
Right.
Okay.
I want to kind of see how this plays out.
Are you gonna aim for him with a maneuver
or
something like that?
I'll aim in his direction. I'm still in stun and just kind of threaten.
Okay. Excellent. All right, back to the top of the order. Another PC can go.
So.
Which one of us is gonna go?
I feel like Raven is kind of understanding Nika's point here, and she is not happy about it, but she's feeling compelled to. So she will click off the saber and throw it towards Nico.
Okay.
And set my gun to stun.
I didn't even know her gun had that setting.
She's never set her gun to stun.
She has to look to find the switch.
It's like, I never.
It's like stuck a little bit.
Where's the safety on this thing?
History has been made right here, live. The proficiency bonus.
I take off the
Raven
stun.
has set her gun to stun.
Stun. And
setting your gun to stun is an incidental. So I would say your maneuver was to toss the lightsaber. So you still have an action, so to speak.
I'm just going to reach out and activate my stun gloves.
Oh,
to the one in front of me.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Does it cost the maneuver to activate your gloves?
Let me check.
Because if it does, you'll have to suffer 2 strain to do it.
I'll do that, but
palm or the backhand?
The palm or the backhand.
Let's be honest, it's Raven. She set it up where the shock is on both
The
sides.
backhand's more insulting. The palm is more of a to an equal.
It doesn't say.
Raven just does like the old WCW Sting Scorpion Deathlock on this person in the middle.
Yeah. Like right
Here's
across his
hoping
chest.
it'll actually rule. What do I have to? Is there any difficulties on this?
Yeah, this will be 2 purple.
2 purple. All right. I've never. Hopefully, it doesn't make me take out all this stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna take it out just in case.
Just do it prematurely.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Seems weird that it does that.
Yeah, mine wasn't doing that until today.
That's because you're chosen for the conflict.
I'm just gonna go ahead and let you describe how you take them down.
I kind of just put my hand on his shoulder and activate the stun, and he just drops.
Okay.
Unconscious.
Puts him unconscious on the ground. And that'll end Raven's turn. There's another PC slot. Is anybody doing anything about the people running? Or are you going to let them go?
Just as a
Are there any kind of controls that we can see that would shut the doors before they can get there?
Yes. If you guys look in your handouts, I believe I have the 3 things that you fixed within the temple: the sentry guns, the force fields, and the stasis traps.
Oh.
Yeah. I would not activate the stasis traps. I would definitely activate the force fields if we do anything.
But yeah, I mean, there's panels.
Are the stasis traps like deadly? Like, are they those like plasma walls in Phantom Menace?
They're not deadly. They only inflict strain damage, but they do a lot of strain damage. So they'll make you unconscious, but you'll be like trapped in like a stasis field. If you guys remember when Obi-Wan Kenobi got captured by Count Dooku.
And he's like,
he's like floating up above.
He's like,
I believe that's
floating in the like the laser cups.
Yeah,
or
I believe that's something similar.
Okay.
I would just set the force.
I don't know if Yeska would know these things yet. Is the thing?
He's been here for a little while.
He's been here for a little while. So
have I gotten the nickel tour?
The gatekeepers would have given you a tour, and you would have known that these defenses were in place in case something like this were to happen.
Then I want to use my maneuver. I want to say, kind of sorry to put myself in there. I want to say Yeska is going to go ahead and jump to the nearest control panel.
Sure.
Put up the force fields.
Okay. Let's see. Dawn Temple defenses. There is a folder there. If you guys see where it says force fields.
Yeah, you have to make a 2 setback dice.
Oh, against the people.
Do I need to make any roll against this?
So it can be activated by spinning a maneuver at a control panel, causing any attacks passing through it. It just automatically does 6 strain damage to To anyone attempting to pass through the bodily field. So, okay. So there is a
How much strain damage for a stasis trap?
It's like at least 10. It might be 20.
Oh, then I'll definitely do the force field then.
20 strain damage for stasis traps.
Yeah, let's do force field. I don't want to. I'm not really wanting to kill them just yet. I just want to stop them from
kill
running.
Them, it'll just knock them unconscious.
Then let's do that. Let's just do force field.
Force fields. Okay. So basically, these force fields start to spring up. Basically, within the skinnier chambers, like the parts where there's doorways and stuff, you guys see these force fields start to take shape. These blue kind of reflecting light fields that end up sprouting into place. And one of them actually goes through it. It is resisted by their soak, which means this one, the one that's afraid of Nico, is the one that's going to move. So it moves basically to the other end of this anti-chamber, to the other door, and it ends up suffering some strain. But as he passes through, you can see he struggles a bit, but is still running.
Would I be able to get to him in this turn?
It's your turn now. If you'd like to use it.
Yeah, I would try and just reach out to him. I get to a point where I can at least speak out through the force field to him. And just as a final failsafe, he's going to try it one more time. Actually, well, he probably has to because there's a force fear. He's going to try and see if he can counteract the fear by just negotiating with him to just slow down. Stop. I want to talk to you.
Okay. So you're going to are you using the force to do that? And are you using... So I would say this one would probably be... I'd say this one will probably be the left side control on your tree. So this will be like enhancing your...
ability.
Is it charm? Are you trying to charm? Coercion?
Charm or negotiation?
Negotiation. I like that one better. I think that's better.
Okay. And force may roll an influence power check as a part of this dice pool, like you were saying. So I'm rolling for negotiation and then just add the force die in there.
Yep. And then it's the difficulty on this is going to be equal to their discipline, which is going to be 1 purple, 1 red.
Okay. Let's hope that my negotiation is great. It is not. Here we go. Oof.
So you can succeed if you would like to take
turn those two
into successes. But you have to take both of them, which would mean 2 strain, 2 conflict, and a destiny point.
Is this really it for him? It is worth it. It's most definitely worth it. So I'm only using 1 light side though, right? Or am I using 2?
Yeah, 1 light side will convert both of those. Yes.
So I'll do that.
You can only spend 1 destiny point per turn anyway. So.
Okay, so I'll take the 2 strain. I'll take the 2 conflict points. This has been a really hard day for him. But
yeah. You guys have been rolling a lot of double dark sides. It's been crazy.
Yes. Okay.
Nico's going to need a lot of therapy after this.
Yes, he's going to need
so much therapy. Oh my god.
But he's like, stop, slow down. We just need to talk. And then he hears his voice is like, you're going to stop and we're going to talk.
The one that goes is basically you're going for the one that was about ready to head out the front door, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He stops. He turns around. And he's still got a really deranged look on his face. He looks like he's got bags under his eyes and like, I don't know if you guys know who the band 9 Inch Nails are, but it kind of looks like he'd be listening to them a lot.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, it's like he looks like Trevor Resnick.
He looks like Trent Resnick. Yeah,
is that Trent Resnick?
So he just turns around, he drops his weapons, and he's just standing there looking back towards you through the blue force field.
I take the lightsaber that I'm assuming was still lit when you threw it to me. I'm going to retract it, and I'm just going to slowly put it on the ground.
Okay.
Oh no, I turned it off before I threw it at you. I was not throwing enough lightsaber at your head while it was lit. No.
Why did you throw the lightsaber at him again?
Because I didn't want to just drop the lightsaber, so I tossed it to Nico so he could hold it while I got this gun in my stun gloves, because I didn't know how many people I needed to shoot still.
Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to take the saber and just put it down.
I'm going to go ahead and remove our turns and take us out of combat, because it seems like Nico has calmed the situation, so to speak.
By stressing myself out.
By stressing himself immensely. So I'm going to take us out of combat. After the last of the strangers stampedes out the temple, you got these two that are kind of just basically holding their hands up in surrender and are kneeling down. But you see that the third gatekeeper, the one who introduced himself as the jailer, reappears in front of all of you. And he no longer displays the serenity and joy that he showed you before. Instead, his expression has become gravely worried. And he begins to speak to all of you. I regret that I must be the bearer of ill news to all of you, young aspirants. The true malice and cunning of what has been occurring in this temple has now been revealed. It seems that Malefax was being guided here by something darker, by something more foul. All the patients who are awaiting treatment for their corruption are now loosed upon the valley, including one of the darkest spirits ever to be housed within the Dawn Temple. Somewhere in that flood of escapees is Rav Naran, a powerful Jedi who fell to the dark side. There was simply too much chaos to identify him among them, but it is crucial that he must be stopped from leaving the valley by whatever means possible. Halting the others is also a priority, but if he hides among them, then one of these shall simply lead to another. You must hurry. I sense that they are splitting up to cover more ground.
How the bloody hell did they get out?
My ship! I'm going to take off.
Buy a new one.
My baby.
Nico pushes one of these prisoners that he's coerced into stopping and just runs out. It runs out as you guys disable the force fields. Runs out to a ship. It seems like your ship has been untouched. He looks at you and says that, listen, the Dawn Temple was never supposed to be this way. It was a place of solitude, a place of rest and of recovery. Those who most needed my aid were sometimes restrained until I could find a way to treat them and restore their spirits. But it was for their own safety rather than as punishment for any misdeeds. Rav Naran and his minions are the only patients I have ever failed to treat. The only beings held in restraint for any great length of time. If the Republic and the Jedi Order had remained able to support this Dawn Temple, even they would have been likely to be restored.
How long have these prisoners been in a deactivated temple?
He looks at his DM's guide. Hoping to see an answer to that question.
He swipes his hand down, and then like a list of icons appears.
Yeah, it's like he scrolls through those icons appear. And
search the Jedi archives. I'm not finding that planet.
It seems that this information has been deleted from the archives.
Wow. So it could have been like 2 days or 200 years.
I'm picturing the librarian from the prequels. Yeah. If it's not in our archives, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. That's right. That's right.
Thinking reasonably about this one.
It was, to you guys, it was before the fall, probably probably about the time of the fall of the Jedi Order, if not a little bit before.
More than 25 years.
So it's borderline 25 years these folks have been locked up.
It's like Fallout.
Yeah.
Yes, they've been in a bunker.
So they've been in a bunker for 25 years and have been left alone to fester with their dark side feelings and emotions for that long.
So now they are bunkers.
And now they are let loose.
Brilliant.
So you're telling us we got a madhouse roaming the earth, roaming the planet?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well done.
Well, I can sense what may... And then the other gatekeeper, the Syrian-looking guy, pops up, and he says, "We've got lock on them. Now that all 3 holocrons are in place, our systems have been working and functioning, and thanks to all of you, we've been able to expand our sensors' reach throughout the temple. It seems they have split into 3 groups. If they continue on their current path, each heads into the jaws of a new disaster for us. One group surges towards a speeder that could take them beyond the valley. Another is headed for the village below, with murder in their hearts and eyes. The last is being called by the caves of light and shadow. I fear for the virgins within if they bring their darkness to it."
Oh boy.
So we split up?
Wait. And the gatekeeper's looking on the surveillance, and he expands some like holographic visual images like on the walls around you guys, all around. It's almost like a war room, so to speak, as you guys gather around looking at this information. As you see a group coming up to the Frostwall village, and it looks like the villagers have closed the main gate to the village and are all starting to open fire on these crazed individuals and are fighting against them. And it looks like the villagers outnumber them, and their sanity is about them. Like, they're not like insane, crazy maniacs. So it looks like they're gaining an advantage on these guys as some of these guys fall. And then you look at another visual image, and it shows the entrance to the cave that you guys visited, where you grabbed your kyber crystals. Yeah. And you see, leaping out from the cave and lunging at one of these guys is a 3-legged massive wolf.
Mama.
That jumps out, grabs one of them, and flings it probably 50 feet through the air, and it slams into a tree and smacks down. And you see all these like other wolves storming out of the cave that you guys let live. They come storming out of the cave, and they start engaging in combat with these guys. It looks like some of them start to turn around and run back into the forest as these wolves are chasing them. But the third camera...
These prisoners are not doing so good.
They're not.
We left our mark.
They escaped only to be attacked by villagers and animals.
But the one that seems to be the most detrimental is it seems like there is a speeder near the ruins where you guys first encountered those hunters in the very first meeting of you guys, the very first episode. It looks like a speeder has been left there unguarded, and a group of what looks to be 5 of these crazed maniacs are headed towards it, with basically no one to stand in their way.
Damn, I want it.
To the ship?
Yeah.
To the ship. I'm gonna grab the one that surrendered, that I force surrendered.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Force surrendered. But I want to grab him and I want to say, "You're coming with us, bub. Looks like you're gonna have to do some talking to your friends and tell them to pipe down a bit." And I am going to actually see if I can ration some sort of like cuff for him.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got definitely enough materials to do that here. So you kind of handcuff this guy. You guys have 2 of them. One seems to be pretty
not walking,
pretty worn. Yeah, pretty worn out. There's one that's like worn out and tired, and there's another one that seems to be kind of untouched but just afraid.
I'm taking the afraid one.
Okay. Perfect.
I'll turn, I guess, to is it the jailer? Is that the the guardian's name?
Yeah, one's named the jailer. Yes.
I'll say, can these two be still held or
Held?
held? Yes, you hold them. You confine them.
I believe we could use the stasis traps that you guys reactivated. We could use those and keep them at bay.
Right, you two crazies, you go and stay over there in stasis.
Hey, Nico, did you want to bring one of them with you? Is that what you were saying?
I want to have one come with us to potentially use.
I thought there was 3.
There's only 2.
Right, one unconscious.
There's only 2.
Oh, there's one unconscious.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there's one unconscious. I think one of them is. I think one got fried.
Then
I think somebody fried one of them. No, wait, no, you guys.
I stunned.
Yeah, you stunned both of them.
I'm critical.
I stunned one to death, yeah.
One
got stunned. I disarmed one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the scared
Just
one.
what I'm saying is whatever the remainder that we're not bringing with us.
So they
put
lock
'em
3 in stasis. Yeah, easily done with the defenses of the temple. Sure.
Yaska, you're joining us for this one, right?
You know, I have nothing better to do. I think it sounds like good fun.
All right.
Sounds like tax joke.
That's so good.
That's a good enough motivation. I've heard worse.
So are you guys?
Let's go catch some big guys.
So you guys gonna run onto the Phoenix and use it to try to outpace these guys? Is that what you're gonna do?
Sure than running, especially with this guy behind the wheel.
Would like to, because technically is if we fly this thing, is it still using space?
Yes, because it's a spaceship, it's still always going to use space, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, Raven wants that speeder.
Yeah, if you were driving the speeder, that would be planetary.
I want that speeder.
Okay.
Depends, is it the convertible?
That'd be nice.
All right, let's hop on in. Obviously, I'm not going full speed. How do I get a sense of how much time it would take to gain on them?
From the short of a distance in a spaceship, it's going to be a whopping like less than a minute trip.
for decrepit prisoners.
But they have to run down. Basically, they have to run down that back and forth mountain trail, and then across that wooden bridge. Like, it's going to take them a lot less time than you guys. But I'm going to have you you're going to have to make a piloting check to land. Because it's going to be a little trickier to land here because there's not a lot of space. And there's also just a lot of trees and rubble and ruins and all kinds of things laying around. So I'm going to have you...
I have an idea.
Okay. Do I have like a phone?
Okay.
Yeah, blaster cannons.
Not the blaster cannons. All right. So I want to kind of talk this out amongst us, and if it's cool with y'all, can we do this? Instead of landing, can we just like kind of hover, in the air, and the entrance ramp be kind of pulled down a bit?
Scoop them?
And not scoop them. Yaska wants to stand on the entrance ramp, and he wants to use his force power of misdirect to create an illusion of like some stones blocking their way so they would stop.
Ooh.
Oh, that's really cool.
Do you want to do this when you're near the speeder or in a different location? Because the best place to do this, the most open place to do this would be near the speeder.
We're fine with that because we want the speeder anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just like something that, like, I would kind of want them to visualize like a pile of boulders in their way that there's nowhere for them to go.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. If that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do I need to roll for that?
You're going to need to roll for that. So what is it say on your power? You probably have to roll a force die to activate it.
Yeah. So
So you can roll your force die first. So you just add one of those force die and then roll it, and we'll see what you get. And that will determine what you have to do to be able to use it.
Okay.
Would I still need the piloting check?
You're not technically landing, Lip, so
do.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that be right now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what I need to do for my dice pool for this.
Really, you're just gonna do one force dice. So at the top
It's
of
in
your,
the center.
it's
Okay.
in the very middle.
Got it.
You just have to add one of
Let's do one of those.
and then roll it.
And boom.
Make sure everything else is all.
Okay.
Oh, it's a black.
It's the dark side. So you can do this, but you will have to flip a destiny point, take a point of strain, and take a point of conflict if you'd like to do it.
Okay. I think
Can we use that other roller?
you guys are trying to go back to that other roller. No, the API is working just fine, folks. We're going with it.
yeah, I think I will. I think I'll use a light side to flip one of the tokens. And how do I take conflict?
If you look on your character sheet, if you click on like your character info tab, and you go all the way down at the bottom to where your morality is, there should be a spot where you can put in conflict. Okay. Just add 1 point to your conflict.
I see.
Oh man, I got 5 dark side points to use. Ooh.
And then how many strain do I take?
You take 1.
1 strain.
So yeah, you're successful at doing this as Nico's holding the Phoenix steady, lowers the ramp, and you're standing on the edge of the ramp holding out your palm of your hand. If you want to describe a little bit, you can.
I'm like kind of holding on to one of like the hydraulic, kind of struts, kind of leaning out, and I hold up my palm and I close my eyes, and then I close my fingers into a fist, and I kind of create an image in front of these stumbling, ragged prisoners that there is just a crumbling shelf of rock above them that just creates a huge pile of boulders and rubble in front of them, so they would stop and not know what to do for a second.
Yeah, and that's
giving us enough time, I guess, to bring it in for a landing.
Okay, so what I will do is, since that check was successful and Nico doesn't feel quite as rushed, I'm going to upgrade Nico's piloting check to land.
Sweet. Definitely take that. Upgrade. Go for my skills.
Because you definitely do make them stop in their tracks as they see what looks to be a wall of rocks in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Piloting.
I'm picturing that bit like in season 2 of Stranger Things, where she makes the tunnel collapse, like, but it's only a visual thing, not an actual thing.
It shouldn't be too. It shouldn't be too red.
That was all wrong. I did not. Any of that.
I would say it's only going to be 2 purple.
Okay, that was
worse in there.
Yeah, because that could have been really bad.
Yeah,
you would have succeeded, but that despair on there would have been bad.
Oh no! I've never seen that symbol before. What is that?
Yeah, that's the critical fail. That's the opposite of a triumph.
Oh wow! Okay, here we go.
Oh, did we lose Jim?
Am I back?
Not yet.
Oh, here's
there you go.
There you are.
Sorry, I used too much dark side.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Too much dark side, and it cut me off.
Nico, you are going to suffer 2 strain, as this is kind of a difficult maneuver.
Delicious.
But you can describe your success, and you have a triumph. So something amazing happens because of this.
I forgot to do my strain heal at the end of that last one, so I take 3 down and then add 1. Do we roll? We're rolling for it, right?
Rolling cool
or discipline, with no purple dice.
Okay, so let me just.
And any success means you heal a strain. Yeah, because you guys could have each done that at the end of that last encounter.
Oh.
So if you want to retcon and go back and do that, you may.
But then I'm also suffering 2 more, right?
Yeah, you're gonna suffer. You can suffer 2 because it was so it just
Cancels
it out. Yeah.
Right back. Cool.
Homeostasis.
So you got a success and a triumph. So you can describe how successful you are at landing, and if you want, you can think of something that you'd like to use that triumph, or you can upgrade the next character's next roll. You could do that with a triumph, or you could downgrade an enemy's roll.
I would say I kind of maneuver the ship to, surprisingly, just to give us a slight advantage, land somehow between the speedster and the prisoners.
Ooh,
and so it gives them more time, and it gives them more difficulty to get around. And I will make it more difficult on their next check.
Okay, so the first check of these guys is going to be a downgrade in their difficulty. Perfect.
Question, Michael. You said discipline or cool?
Discipline or cool with no purple. So whatever successes you roll on that, you will heal that amount of strain. After each encounter, you can do that.
Ooh.
There you go. So advantage don't really do anything on this. It's just successes. So you take off 3 strain.
Cool.
So I guess I would hold that illusion until we've landed, and then once we've landed, I let it go. And so like the rocks disappear from in front of these guys, but now there's a spaceship.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys to a new map.
Oh.
Hell yeah. I know what I'm doing.
As you guys are facing off against these guys. So here comes the new map. Now, it's not going to be exactly how you guys explained it, because I did not anticipate you landing the ship in the middle of all this. Imagine that the speeder's a little bit farther off from you guys, and then the Phoenix is there behind you guys. So you got you guys, the Phoenix, and then the speeder.
That's fun.
And the other guys, you can see the 5. Can you guys see the other 5 crazed lunatics on the other side of this little stream of water?
Yeah.
And that's where they're standing, and they're looking at you with just rage and just they're like drooling. And I would like for all of you, because they don't look they look like they want.
Can I go ahead and just take out and ignite my lightsaber?
Absolutely. Yes. You guys, I would say because of Nico's triumph, everybody could have taken a free maneuver.
Wow.
Okay.
A free maneuver.
Set up an aim.
And you guys can go ahead and roll initiative, and I'm going to say because of that triumph as well, you guys are rolling cool for this, and I'm going to have them roll vigilance. So
nice.
Nicely done, guys.
Cool.
Those triumphs are big deals.
Sorry, could I have, for my maneuver, could I have flown up with my jetpack?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Cool. Thank you.
How high in the
Michael?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
You first.
Oh, no, I'm good. Go ahead.
How high was Christy going?
Yeah, I was just wondering how high she wanted to go.
I want to stand on the ship.
Okay, yeah. You can do that. So you land on top of the Phoenix?
Cleaning it afterwards.
Okay, you don't get to talk to me about this. I'm gentle. I'm not going to scuff it up.
Let me get some combat music going, and I'll take us over so that our friends on Twitch can
You alight like a sparrow on top of the ship.
Yeah, she's not going to have any effect on that ship, that's for sure. Let's do this one right here.
Then I'll say my maneuver is to get like right about here, like just kind of standing at the entrance of this bridge like thing.
Yeah, Christy, if you want to, you can use the speeder as the ship for now, so to speak.
Cool.
Yes, there is a bridge over there. It looks like
it's
just a bunch of broken stones and a pillar that's fallen over.
All right, I'm gonna nunshell pass on this bridge right here.
Okay. Yes.
Nunshell pass.
You shall not pass.
and then kind of just stand there with my lightsaber out and ignite it at the ready.
Perfect. Everybody roll initiative. We got everybody on the board. I think we do.
I think.
Let's go ahead. I'll reorder everything to get us all set. Come on, roll 20. Work with me here. Thank you. Descending order. Any ties go to PCs. Don't see any there.
All the NPCs roll the same thing.
Yeah, they roll about the same, yeah. So we have... Oh, no, that's not right. That's 2 with 2 advantage. That PC should go first.
Yeah, that is weird.
That was weird how that did that. Okay. I think every... Wait, no, wait. Why is there a 1-3 over a 1-1?
Oh, is that Oh wait, that's us.
There we go. Wait, yeah, that 0-3 should be above this. It didn't sort it correctly for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. Alright, a PC goes first. Because you guys got the jump on these guys. What'd you guys like to do?
We all know what I'm gonna do, so you all go ahead first.
I'm gonna do something different because I haven't done this before. I'm going to use my force power to see if this speeder has guns that I can use.
One thing that I screwed up. Remember, your foresee can only foresee things about you and your future.
Yeah.
So it would have
So
to
if
be...
I were to go, like her feeling is, if I go down and jump on the speeder, do I have means like
Okay.
what is the speeder built with?
Yeah, perfect.
Do I see myself using guns?
Do I see myself
Yeah,
using
do I see
guns
myself
behind the
jump
wheel
on
of the
this thing?
speeder? Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your force die, and we'll go ahead and
Alright.
we'll figure that out.
What?
Hell yeah!
So you can generate 2 force points.
You're an holy Jedi.
So if there's any,
Alright.
so if there's anything that like, if you got like upgrades on your tree of your force power, if there's another one that you can like, sometimes with an additional force point, you can like upgrade the range of it, or upgrade the duration. Sometimes it lets you do that.
I have one upgrade on strength and duration, so I can pick out specific details equal to strength. So I can pick out specific details to 1, which is like the main one I'm looking for is weapons.
Okay.
And then the duration is an increase in days into the future. So it's like 2 days into the future.
So,
but I'm focusing on the now.
So you get this like montage of the next 2 days. There's one of you like sitting in the speeder, like loading it up into the Phoenix. There's one of you cruising around town. It's not a convertible, but you guys got the windows down, and you look around and you can see all your friends in there with you, and you're just holding the steering wheel with just one hand. You've got one arm like hanging out the window like this, and if your Mandalorian helmet could actually allow your hair to blow in the wind, it would. But in all those montages, you don't see any weapon systems whatsoever on this speeder.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Raven, back to your face mask as you're standing up on top of the Phoenix.
All right. So that was my action, right?
Yeah, that'd be your action, so you still have a maneuver.
My maneuver is to aim my gun.
Okay, maneuvering and aim. That brings us to an NPC. This crazy maniac across the bridge from Yiska charges over the bridge into engaged range and has like I don't know, some kind of random device. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. Some old broken antenna or something, and tries to hit him with it.
He's gonna try to like switch me with it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have you have your lightsaber out, so that's a setback, right? Is that 2 setback because of your armor as well?
I think so, because I've got my armored coat.
Perfect. Yeah, so I gotta downgrade that because I'm not using any dark side right now. So I'm gonna have this attack you. Okay. It does succeed. Oh wait.
Okay.
I rolled too many purple there for some reason, but I'm gonna just. Do you want me to? What is going on?
You do what you do.
It only had.
Wait, did you?
It only had 2 purple in the dice pool.
Is there an upgrade on it?
There's no upgrades. Well, I'm gonna re-roll that.
All right.
Also remember that person who's rolling also gets another upgrade to difficulty as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because of your so we're gonna
I'm putting the saber back in lightsaber.
Oh yeah, so let's upgrade the difficulty. I'll re-roll that because that was not correct. Let's see if it works this time. Oh yeah. Fails miserably as he as Jessica's easily able to dodge it, but gets to pass an advantage, so a boost to the next NPC that goes. And that brings us to 2 PC slots in a row.
I think I'll take a turn right here if that's okay with everybody, just because this guy whiffed on me.
Makes sense.
Is I kind of want to kind of do a like a riposte, you know, like he tried to hit me and didn't work, and so I want to try to take a lunge at him with my lightsaber.
Perfect, absolutely.
What's my difficulty for this?
This is going to be 2 purple. And did you want? You can aim with a lightsaber melee attack if you'd like to use your maneuver to aim.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So you add a blue boost dice.
Try to Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we roll that.
Oh, look at this.
Oh my.
Oh my heavens.
Oh, and don't forget you have an automatic advantage, so one of those threats gets canceled.
Right.
So I'm gonna expense the 1 threat to cause a point of strain on you to do this.
Okay.
That's 9 points of unsoakable damage and a triumph.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let you know that 9 points of unsoakable is enough to take this guy out.
All right.
So you can describe that and then decide what you want to use with that for that triumph.
I just want to just completely shish kebab this guy. Like he now that I know that these guys have ill intent, like I wasn't sure before when we were fighting in the temple. Now I know that these guys are definitely bad news bears, and so I'm just kind of like holding out a perfect artful lunge, and he just runs onto the lightsaber.
Ouch. Yeah, he just goes.
And I kind of look. And I look over and I withdraw and flourish with my lightsaber and look over at the other 4 and go, "Who's next?"
Nice. So, do you want to use your triumph to upgrade an ally's next attack, to downgrade an enemy's?
Yes, please.
Oh, to upgrade next ally's attack? Okay. So the next ally gets to go. Next PC.
I'm a positive person. I want to uplift other people. I don't want to take other people down.
So I'm gonna pull out
besides lightsabers.
Yes. My blaster that is definitely set to stun. Just so that we're clear here. And I'm going to take a shot at the one directly across from me.
Now, one thing I want to mention about stun setting is you have to be in close range to use.
Oh.
So you'll have to move up probably half of that distance against those guys. Probably just probably about 10 to 15 feet. You'd have to move up, Nico, to fire a stun weapon at them. Okay. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna take a shot at this one directly across.
Perfect.
I had the maneuver before to just aim. Unless I can use the free maneuver to get up to this point, and I'll use the maneuver now to aim.
Perfect. Yep.
And then I will upgrade that.
So it's going to be 1 purple. It's going to be upgraded because of their fear of Yeska right now.
Yes.
And you also have a blue boost dice for aiming.
Cool. And it's just one purple die?
1 purple die.
All right,
because you're in close range. Yep. Nice.
One more would have been a critical. So that's weird. It doesn't even show the quality anymore. So that's 7.
He does soak 4 of it. So it takes 3 stun. He's still up, but teetering.
What is the what can I do with specifically a 3 advantage besides passing 2 and getting myself one?
You can disarm the enemy.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and disarm an enemy.
Disarm him? Okay. So he is disarmed as his weapon goes clanking. Basically rolls down off of these rocks and splashes into the water. If there's like a disarm token or something like that.
Now he's going to catch a cold.
I'm just gonna use like a gun image or something, say, so I remember maybe he doesn't have a gun or doesn't have a weapon. Perfect. So that ends Nico's turn. Yep. And brings us to, we've got 1, 2 NPCs can go. Actually, Nico, that NPC that you just disarmed is actually just gonna duck behind these rocks and takes cover. And then another one of these guys runs up towards you, leaps across the water with its weapon, and gets in engaged range with you, and then tries to hit you with their weapon.
It takes 1 setback die.
1 setback? You got it. So I've got 1 setback and 2 purple. And I'm gonna roll this weapon as it uses a scavenge weapon to try to hit you with it. 3 failures, misses terribly as you quickly dodge out of the way. It crashes to the ground. And that brings us to our final PC slot, which I guess is Dran.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling out the heavy blaster pistol, aiming at this one here. Just firing a regular shot since the distance doesn't do well for a stun.
Okay, yeah. Who are you firing at?
This one here. What kind of distance are we? Is that long range?
That is going to be considered medium.
Okay, so that's 2.
2 purple dice, yes.
2 purple, and I have a setback die as well. I'm gonna aim before I do this.
Okay, so boost comes your way.
See what happens here when I click this. Okay.
All right. So at 9, they do soak 4, so it takes 5 wounds, and you have 2 advantage.
How much strength?
What was that? I'm sorry.
It's 1 more additional damage.
Oh, pierce 1. Yep, you're right.
Oh, right. 1 of those.
Yep. So 6 wounds. Still up, but definitely damaged heavily.
Gotcha. And then can I recover some strain with these?
Yeah, 2 points of strain.
Strain. All right, shake it off a little bit.
Shake it off. Get some confidence after a good successful shot on target. Way to go! Way to go, Dran! You started talking motivational speaking to yourself.
Do it.
Awesome.
Tony Robbins was right.
Don't dreams.
So the last 2 guys to go are these guys in the back. One of them is gonna charge up and take the place of this one guy who died, and just kind of like look at Yeska and say, "I'm next," and comes up and tries to attack Yeska. And this one jumps into the fray looking injured, but it has to use both of his maneuvers to get into engaged range with Nico over here. So that's all he's going to be able to do. The other one can attack Yeska barely within range. So here comes an attack against him. So that's 2 black dice and 2 purple dice. And I'm going to roll the scavenge weapon as he tries to hit you over the head with it. Oh, nothing's happening. There we go. Oh, that is a success with a threat.
Okay.
So you are going to take 6 points of damage that you can soak.
3 of it.
So that's 3 damage total, unless you have something else that would reduce the damage.
I do. For my Makashi stuff, I have parry. So when I hit with a melee attack, I can suffer 3 strain and reduce damage by 2.
Okay.
Plus any ranks in parry. So since I have 1 rank in parry, that would reduce it down to 0. right?
So you take no damage from this. This is it.
So I just take 3 strain.
You take 3 strain
Yeah,
instead.
so I just
Yep.
Yeah, I just parry and deflect it off, and some kind of shock is absorbed in my arm, and I take 3 more strain.
Well done. And that threat is going to constitute as 1 strain to these guys, and since they're only rivals, they take 1 wound instead. They don't have strain meters. So that brings us to the top of the round with another piece.
He loses a finger.
He loses a finger. That's it. PCs get to go once again.
I don't know if I can say that. I was just joking.
PCs are up.
Nico, do you want to go?
Anybody can go.
No. But I'm
No.
going to.
I think you should. You got 2 on you, buddy.
I'm going to try and see if I can stress out both of these 2 with some hard force. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you got 2 like right in your face. It looked crazy, like crazy maniacs.
I'm hoping that I could get double so I can use the range on this. So I would roll the force first to see if I get 2, right?
Yeah, you can roll your force stat first.
Come on, buddy.
Oh.
Yes! Yes!
You did it!
You finally
did it!
You did it! You did it, Lynn! You did it!
Okay. He just
finally
I need to
did something good.
I did something good. So I'm going to use both of them, and I'm going to stress both of them out.
Okay.
And I'm going to cause both of them to appeal to their friendliness.
Okay.
So they'll both take points of strain, but they're going to have these feelings of overwhelming friendliness towards me.
Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do, Nico. I think the way that the rules are set, you can affect 2 of them with 1 point of strain. If you're using the basic power. Oh, did you buy the second?
The second one.
So it's 2
one.
points of strain each of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That the one to your left looks rocked by this, and is barely standing, but is still up. The other one is like grabbing its head in pain. Wait, or you're saying friendliness is what you're shooting at? Yeah. So
they're like you were saying, it's pulling. If they're using the dark side, I'm pulling them to the good side, and
they look extremely conflicted right now. The one of them's teetering back, not sure of whether to attack you or just drop its weapon and run away. They're just having a difficult time trying to fathom what to do.
The one that's weakest, he just starts to see me as his long lost dog that he's like trying to strike at. You don't want to hit me, dude.
You do have,
give him the big puppy dog.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I do have maneuvers. There's no like attack of opportunity in this, is there?
Nope, not in this game.
I'm just gonna back it up.
All right. There you go.
Get to the stairs.
Moonwalk out of there.
Back it up.
So basically the way it works is kind of like an abstracted movement. So you move from engaged to short range from them. So basically it's like kind of like across the living room. It's basically how.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so an NPC gets to go. That one's really having a rough time with Yeska over there, so he's going to try to attack Yeska again. This time he's going to try to aim to try to hit Yeska in the head with whatever object it has. So, and you know what? I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade the attack. So I'm going to roll the attack first because I'm on the wrong character sheet, and then I'll flip the dark side, so just remind me. Here it comes. And it still fails. So Yeska's armor and his natural reflexes and the way he's been trained with his lightsaber is able to deflect this again. And it frustrates him so much he suffers another point of strain, which constitutes his wounds for these guys. So he's...
How many fingers do these guys have?
So I'm going to go ahead and use my dark side point right now. So that means we're at 4-2. And that brings us up to, we have 2 PC slots in a row. Anybody but Nico.
I know that'd be.
I will go. Question: since I aimed last round, if I aim again, is it 2 boosts or does it not?
2 boosts. Yep. You can.
You think you can get far?
Hmm?
You can get pretty far.
Oh yeah, she can hit that guy, but that guy's in cover, so that's a setback.
Oh.
Could I get this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
Oh yeah.
Let's double aim.
With that rifle you got,
What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna give this 2. Well, hold on. Duran fired from all the way across there. We'll go 1 purple.
Alright. One purple.
So you're going for.
Yeah, one of the ones that are harassing Nico.
Okay.
And it is still on stun because I haven't clicked it off.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason I haven't clicked
You
it
see the
off.
guy I'm red pinging right
memory for
here?
that,
Is
yeah.
that the guy you're aiming
Yeah,
for?
yeah. That dude.
That duder. You got it.
That dude right there. All right.
Let's go. This is a stun blast.
Oh my lord.
My.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow.
What does that
So
mean?
many.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
I read the rules on
You can-
this.
Triple
He
crit.
dies
You
even though
can-
he's stunned? I don't know.
Can he? 1, 2, 3. She can double crit.
Yeah, because she
So
has.
technically,
Yeah.
technically it counts as 1 critical. But what happens is that second critical adds +10 to their critical roll.
Oh.
So when they roll, it goes lower on the critical chart. If it's possible, it can go lower.
It's like an 80 becomes a 90 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
kind of an 80 becomes a 90, 100 becomes 110.
Oh. All right.
They do soak 4, so that means they take 5.
But
so,
you said they don't soak.
on
Lightsabers.
lightsabers they don't.
Oh, yeah, that's mine. Didn't
Yeah.
soak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's
So
9,
he's-
10. So it's 10 total. So they take 6 if they soak 4.
Yep. So so he's up. He's wounded pretty heavily as you blast him with the stun blazer. But you can do 1 crit and then use the other advantage for something else. You could double crit.
Yeah, I want to double crit. I don't. I want him to be out of combat. Like I don't want him to be able to fight anymore. I don't want to kill him, but I want him to be hindered.
You can double crit and either get back 2 strain or pass on a boost to somebody else. Like that's
I'm boosting Nico.
boosting Nico. Okay.
Yeah,
So here's what I
I
want
feel like he kind of needs it right now.
Here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to roll a D100. So you're gonna roll.
I
You're gonna roll D100
Plus 10.
plus 10, and then I'll look at the chart.
all right.
We'll
Let's see what
it does
happens.
to this guy as you
97.
What? What?
bigger number the better. Oh boy. Oh, that's in the red. That's a hard one.
Dude.
Oh gosh.
Okay. This individual is
Is that
crippled. One of the target's limbs selected by the GM is crippled until healed or replaced. Increase difficulty of all checks that require the use of that limb. Where were you aiming for?
Honestly, the leg, so they couldn't stand.
Perfect. Basically, he cannot move. He can only crawl.
Oh my stars.
As you take his leg and you zap him with this wound, it basically is a bad stun shot that makes his whole leg go numb.
Oops.
So I'm gonna put a little blue marker on there. Yeah, he's not looking good. So you pass the boost
Got some nerve damage.
onto Nico.
To Nico.
Okay.
Since those are the 2 that were going after him. So.
And then we got
Did
our
you
second.
kill him?
He's not dead. He's laying there on the ground going, oh!
I'm on stun. I haven't fought what you told me to do.
I will say there are things worse than death.
We do have another PC. Either Yeska or Dran can go. Because I believe that was the end of Raven's turn.
Yeska will go.
Okay.
This guy seems very eager to want a piece.
That's right.
And so I'm gonna give him a piece. And so I'm going. So I imagine that like he's like tried to attack me again. So I've knocked whatever attack he's just done to the side.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna kind of just backhand
A flourish
swipe
backhand.
with my
Nice.
lightsaber.
I'm gonna use a dark side to upgrade the difficulty. So I would like.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 2 purple with 1 upgrade.
1 upgrade. Got it.
Twice.
And I will attack.
Okay. So you miss,
Okay.
but 3 advantage. So
You can disarm him.
you can disarm them. 3
My-
strain.
Well, and I also have automatic.
Oh, you have a 4. You
Extra
have 4
advantage.
advantage then. So basically, what you could do is you
Yeah.
could do 4 strain. You could disarm and then pass a boost. You could do 2 past boosts to players or yourself. Your choice.
I'm not sure. Is there any input from my friends?
Disarming is good.
Disarming is good.
Disarming and passing one forward is good.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'll go for that. I'll disarm and pass. I'll pay it forward.
Paid for it. You got it. So
Yeah.
you slash this weapon and easily breaches this weapon, destroying it. There's no way this fella's gonna get that individual weapon back.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put him.
And I'm doing it just like casually, just like this guy is in my. He's so serious, and I just couldn't be bothered.
You still technically have a maneuver left if you'd like to use it.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm comfortable.
So that brings us to another NPC. That one basically
So
can't move.
whatever.
That one's hiding. This NPC, you know what it's going to do? It's going to come out of hiding and go into the water and retrieve his weapon.
Okay.
So that's what he does for his whole turn.
Ooh, and I have an advantage. Okay, I know what I want to do
And
for my
that
next
brings
turn.
us to a second NPC, I believe. So 2 PCs, 2 NPCs, and then a PC.
Mm.
So, Nico, this one that you were racking its brain just continues to charge after you. It's going to try to attack.
1 setback.
Okay. And because I like to show my love for you guys, I'm going to use a dark side point to do that by upgrading this attack. So you said one setback, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So I get rid of it. I don't know why he had a boost there. I should have a boost. The 1 upgrade. So here comes the attack. This guy, as he lashes out with his makeshift weapon, he's scavenged, and it hits.
And 7.
7 damage.
4. That's not
Down to
bad.
4. Okay. So he comes across and smacks you over the back with whatever he's got. Some of the pieces break off of this mechanical thing that he's wielding. And that ends with all those NPCs. It's a PC turn, I believe. The last up is Dram.
I think so. All right, I'm gonna aim at this one in the back that just picked up its weapon.
Okay. Okay. So add a blue
I got
boost,
it!
and because he came in a little bit closer range to you, I would say it decreased the difficulty of the range.
So I was the
One, 2
range.
purple. So you're right on the edge of the 1 purple. So I'll give you the 1 purple.
Okay, 1 purple, and I'm going to aim before I do this. So, let's see how this goes. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You can describe how you take him down.
So I guess I wait until the prisoner, leans down to pick up its weapon, and as it's going, just boom, headshot.
Was this on stun or was this on regular?
Can you do stun?
I don't think I ever flipped to stun.
Oh, so this is a red beam.
Yeah.
It's flying. Sparks fly as this guy is done. I'm gonna go ahead and do my fatality finishing move on him. He is done.
Oh.
And you have an advantage.
I will pass it along.
Pass it on to the next person. So the first person to go in PCs will get a boost.
I'll take it because this guy's like right up on my grill.
And there's one more NPC that gets to go. And it's that guy who has been crippled.
Okay.
You can't move. And they don't have any ranged attacks.
Just gonna... All he's got is strong language.
Yeah, he's like talking gibberish, insanity out of his mouth.
I hate you.
Some kind of language you can't even understand. And that brings us back to the top of the round. A PC who does have a boost because of Dr. Dran.
I'll jump in on that. I'll take that boost plus Raven's boosts, and I am going to use light side to upgrade this attack.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to aim at his gut, and I'm just gonna go stun shot.
Are you aiming the guy right in front of you?
I aim.
Yeah, right here. Just aim right in the gut.
So because he's engaged with you, it's going to be 2 purple.
Okay.
Difficulty. And then you can go ahead and take your shot.
And then fire off.
Okay, I'll let you describe this because he only had 1 wound left.
He has this mechanic where like the button for stun, if it's so close, it creates like a spark jolt, and so you all see this kind of like Acme like electrocution thing as he drops to the ground, and then he just kind of blows up the smoke as he stuns this dude to the ground.
Awesome.
It's like a little close range taser. I will give that advantage to the next player, and I'm going to downgrade the next enemy.
Downgrade the next enemy attack. Perfect, because it's coming to Yeska up there.
Oh.
So
nice.
This guy's trying. No, he doesn't have a weapon.
I noticed. Well, yeah, I noticed with my last attack that I tried to upgrade the purple to a red, but I did not click off after I upgraded it, so it didn't actually roll the upgraded.
Oh, gotcha. Don't worry about it. We'll
So if you wanna use what you had already done to upgrade one of his attacks.
Nah, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, sometimes you gotta click off with a form to actually like submit it. It doesn't lock in.
Yeah.
This guy's actually just gonna reach down and grab like a piece of rubble. Is his maneuver, and he's just gonna try to clock you across the head with it.
So I'm civilized.
Hey, he doesn't have a weapon. He's trying to find anything he's got. So I'm downgrading the attack. So the attack gets downgraded. Oh, it downgrades 1. I see. Okay, so it's 2, and I add 2 black dice. And we're still rolling the same thing. It's just a scavenge weapon. So he's just going to try to hit you with this rock. He actually hits you with the rock.
Jeez.
You take 7 damage, soakable.
All right, I'm gonna parry again.
You parry the rock. That's awesome.
So that's gonna hurt. So that's where the injury comes from.
So I'll take another 3 strain, 2 + 3 damage for the parry, and I have 3 soak. So I just take 1 wound, my first wound, first blood, and 3 more strain.
All because of a rock.
Yeah.
Wow, he rolled really good on that attack too. All right, 2 PC slots. It looks like we've got one guy who's beating Yeska with a rock, and one guy who's laying on the ground screaming, grabbing his leg.
So I imagine that he's hit me with the rock, and it's like cut my lip just the least little bit.
Yeah.
There's just like the tiniest drop of blood coming out, and I'll touch it with my glove and look at him, and then just like smash him with the lightsaber.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead. It's 2 purple difficulty.
I love how everyone else is escalated while Raven took a step back. This is what happens when Raven's not in charge. Everyone just goes crazy.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Oh
no.
oh no, we made him bleed. Oh no.
What? Oh.
So it all
Nothing.
It all cancels out.
Wash.
It's a wash.
Oh, but you get one advantage.
Okay.
Oh, but you do have an automatic advantage. So you could pass a boost on to somebody else if you'd like, or heal a point of strain.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. Passing a boost or healing strain?
I'm still good on my strain. I'll pass it on.
Okay. So the next player who goes next will have a boost. Who would like to go?
Which is Duran? Oh, it's Duran and Raven.
Duran or Raven?
I mean,
I should have aimed. My bad. Never mind.
yeah, I'll aim.
Oh, technically you can aim now because you didn't use a maneuver, so you could aim now and have a boost on your next turn if you'd like.
Let's say that I do that. I don't want to retcon.
Perfect. You got it.
Doctor, me.
Go ahead.
All right, I will take aim.
Who you aiming at?
The only one that's left, right?
The one that's laying there
Well,
on the
there's
ground?
the one that you crippled, and then there's the one that's like trying to rock with me.
Oh, everything just froze on me. Okay.
Oh, really?
Get some Michael Jackson in there.
Sunrise.
So who you want to shoot at there, Raven? Uh-oh.
I want. Hello?
I got you. Go ahead.
Hello.
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 I would like the one to shoot the one by Yeska, because the other one can't do shit right now.
Here's what's going to happen. Because you're firing into a person who's engaged, you do have to upgrade your difficulty. So it's going to be 1 purple with 1 upgrade. So it's going to turn that purple into a red, meaning if you score a despair on that red dice, you will actually hit Yeska if you succeed in hitting.
But you also have a boost from me.
You also have the boost. You have 2 boosts. Yep.
I mean, it's on stun. We're good.
It's on stun. What's the worst that can happen?
Bunch of strain.
Here we go. Hell yeah!
Oh,
Hell yeah!
Oh my, we are killing it.
You can go ahead and describe how you defeat that crazy maniac and spend your 2 advantage.
Boost whoever wants it can take it. And yeah, I guess I'll boost the doctor if he's got anything he wants to do. And yeah, I take aim at the shoulder holding the rock, and he just kind of just falls back as the rock hits the floor. He hits the floor at the same time.
Wonderful. Absolutely. We got an NPC slot. He
Just gonna chill.
he starts crawling towards the water, pulling himself in his arms, and he only gets to there. That's all he can do.
Oh no, Dr. Dran. Oh,
Dr.
no.
Dran, you're the last one to go.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take.
I guess we just let's see if this someone can make it through the water. That'll be an interesting exercise. I'm not gonna shoot the prisoner.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
So,
actually, you know what? I will spend my turn. I'm going to go over and check on Nico and try to patch him up.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you could do that. Make a. Are you above halfway on your wound threshold? Yeah.
Yep.
So this is going to be
I'm
2.
exactly where I was when we first started this.
Oh no.
You're going to be at 2
you.
purple dice difficulty.
Okay, 2 purple dice. Okay.
Okay, so 2 wounds, 2 strain are healed for Nico. As
This works. This works well for me.
Strand comes
Nice
up
little
and
back.
tries to apply some first aid and get you back in working order. Fortunately, you can't get rid of all that conflict, but
No.
Some things can't be healed.
that actually brings us to the top of the round again with a PC. So my question to you guys, are you guys going to let this guy go? Or are you guys going to capture him? Because it looks like he is wounded to a point where he cannot stand his ground, and he doesn't have any weapons. It doesn't look like he's like calm or anything. Like he's not going to be peaceful, but nothing's going to stop you from taking him prisoner, basically.
I feel like we should just take him back with the rest and put him in stasis.
Yeah, can we just like conk him on the head and take him back?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, easily. So you guys walk up, kind of knock him out, and subdue him. So I'm going to take you guys out of combat as you guys are finished.
Just so
with
I'm
that.
clear, how many people are alive in this moment and how many people are dead?
Oh boy. I know for sure at least 2 of them are dead.
2 of them are dead. Most of the ones that... Oh, okay, so Yeska killed one and Dr. Duran killed another. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better.
I kept
feel
everyone
better.
else on stun because I haven't taken my stun damage off.
Yep.
Right.
Out of character, at least we have more alive than we do dead.
Out of character, Nico saved these guys' lives by making her turn on stun.
Oh, that one hit would have been just...
That would have been it.
Massive.
So technically you did, like,
Nico,
that was well done.
You can reduce your conflict by 1 because of that.
Oh,
Aw.
I have a whole new storyline. That Nico has a whole new storyline. How many
like
people
that.
can
Right.
survive?
Redemption.
Redemption, yeah, redemption. So yeah, you guys got this knocked out, couple crazed prisoners, and you guys have seemed to have stopped them from being able to take this land speeder.
I go take the land speeder while they're doing with the prisoner.
There is a dead body next to it.
Damn.
And you search the dead body and you do find the keys to the land speeder.
Hell
so you
yeah.
don't have to hotwire it or anything crazy. So you do have the keys to it. It fires up. And you guys now have possession of a land speeder. It doesn't look like the token. I'm going to give you guys a view of what it looks like. I'm actually going to share the vehicle sheet with you so you guys can... Because I knew you guys would want it, so I prepared the sheet in advance.
Look at you knowing your part.
I know you guys way too well.
Raven's got a whip.
So I'm going to edit this. I'm going to put it in your journals to all players. Let's see. Just a moment. It'll be popping up here soon. And can be edited and controlled by all players. And you'll get to see what it actually looks like. It actually is, now that I look at it, it is a convertible, but it's a 5-seater.
Oh, damn.
So you guys,
Nice.
you guys will be able to see it under vehicles and starships. A land
Hell yeah.
speeder. That's what it looks
Nice.
like. You guys can all ride in it, and it does have.
Oh, that's so
It
dope.
has a trunk. You can put stuff in the trunk, and it hovers probably about roughly 1.5 to 2 feet above the ground as it drives.
Just so I can make
We're gonna have so
sure.
much fun with this thing.
We have enough space for just this
No,
on the ship.
no, you got plenty more. This will only take 30 of your ship's encumbrance.
Okay, so
we
I'm going ahead.
can
You can park it.
we
in-
can
you
like
can put
chuck some of the bad guys in the trunk
You sure could.
and go back up.
Probably at most you could fit in the trunk of this speeder would probably be 2 bad guys.
Wow.
Cool. Got the cargo.
We just really just shove them in there, and, like, you know, push the trunk down on them.
They're unconscious.
Okay.
They're not stopping you. once you guys...
But there would be feasibly enough space for us and whatever bad guys that we have are unconscious to get them back to the temple.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can definitely get them back to the temple, no problem. So as you get finished with all this and you're loading, like you guys lower the docking bay doors and get this land speeder like driven up into the back of the Phoenix. The warden, the Zabrak female, suddenly appears holographic form in front of you guys. Her holographic form begins to flicker a bit in a way that almost suggests that from like the wounds of battle or something. And when she speaks, it's with an urgent tone. And she says, It was all a trick. Ravnaran never left the temple. He clouded himself from our senses, but now that you've stopped his scouts, he's decided to take action for himself. He's carving a path through the upper defenses and is headed towards this holocron chamber. You need to stop Ravnaran before he gets here. And the warden's form grows increasingly less composed as she delivers her message, and then she fades from view from her last words. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Star Wars.